Whoa, 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 whoa. Konnichiwa, kohai desu. Any naughty yaoi boys that need a nice hard paddling? Alright, Domo, welcome everybody. Yeah, we're back with Vampire Therapist. Yeah, April Fools, I got you. Don't worry, it's just me. No evil Fujoshi's gonna paddle your butt, so don't worry. Never do that again? Never. Yeah, as for why I have this getup, it's like I was originally going to try and release Rotten Girl for April Fool's Day, but unfortunately I got screwed over by my mixer, so it's kind of on ice right now. But yeah, Domo people, clown, welcome. How you doing? But yeah, we'll just continue on business as usual since that got all messed up, and eventually it'll come out. Eventually. Yeah, like the person you would give your stuff to, you know, make your song when you do a cover. It's like, I had done work with the person before, but apparently in a year they decided, hey, I'm not going to communicate with my client anymore. And I'm going to be very late, and yeah, that kind of mixer. A music mixer, yes. But yeah, so I have the other song with another person, so I should be okay. Oh, Domo! Asakurasaki, thank you so much for the raid! Domo Raiders! Oh, whoa! Any naughty yaoi boys need a yaoi paddling? Don't worry, it's just April Fools. Your butts are fine. For now. Yeah, Domo Damageko. He's like, Daddy wept for milk and isn't coming back. Oh, whoa. What was that laugh? Don't worry about it. Do I believe in April Fools? To an extent. Like, I'm usually not the one that does the pranks. That's why I'm keeping my prank, mild. It's like, this is totally harmless, woo. I'm just gonna weed my yaoi fanfiction. They're called lemons. The lemons are the hardcore porn. Yeah, April Fools, you weren't actually banned. But yeah, I have my other song with a different mixer, so whichever one comes out, it comes out. So, something will definitely come out this month. Don't you guys worry. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid, Asakurasaki. Hope you had a good time with your stream. I hope you had a good time with State of Decay. And welcome Raiders. I'm Bloody Daloon, Kitsune Hunter / Animal Tamer. But yeah, if you gotta eat or drink or whatever, go ahead. Otherwise, yeah, we're gonna resume our vampire therapy session. I am not a vampire. I am a kitsune. I know I got the drip, but that's just part of the hunter drip. I know there's a little overlap. You know, where Daddy got his necktie munched by a werewolf. Oh no. Your favorite character died? Oh no, that sucks. Well, maybe they'll come back. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know anything about State of Decay, but hopefully you'll still have a good time with it regardless? Question mark? Yeah, thanks again for the raid. So yeah, I think we're up with the drama guy. Like, we made progress with the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde person, the Dr. Drain dude. And we also made progress with the hoity-toity fancy lady. I am terrible with names. Yeah, Isabella, right. Yeah, we made a lot of progress with her too last time. So, yeah. The guy who brings himself to Rapture, yeah. Maybe they'll come back bigger, stronger, harder. Yeah, harder, best, better, faster, stronger. As the Daft Punks say. It's like, but I love Daft Punk, woo. But my favorite is every time we touch, it's part of my favorite yaoi AMVs with Sasunaru. Alright, let's get into it. The song that, yeah, burger, nuggets, burgers. Sure, whatever. Like, we gotta get down to business.
To the left and most proudly, my dear boy. Indeed, tonight I sit before you victorious. Thy gentle prodding hath guided me back to the womb of creation.
Whose womb did you go up to?
Do I want you to spell that out for me?
Yeah, it's like, whose womb?
The stage, good sir, the stage. For if all the world's a stage, then the stage is where humanity is born.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess that must be true. So what are you saying? You nabbed some kind of juicy roll?
Yeah, your mom's. Domo Sardin, welcome. How you doing?
Not just any role. Nay, I have been given the opportunity to once again subvert the audience's expectations. Though it was thy tender words that cleared the mists of doubt from my mind and reminded me that I belong to the stage, not to the audience.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Eddie. Tell me all about it. What's been going on?
Yeah, I know, thank you. But I'm not nearly as kawaii as my favorite yaoi boys. I like my Sasunaru and my Mako Haru from Free. I don't like it when they try and pair him up with Rin. Haru definitely deserves to be with Makoto. Yes, thank you.
Do you remember the advice you gave me when last we met?
I told you to film yourself doing some acting, right?
I did as you suggested.
Right, yeah, it was like, we were like...
And for no one but myself, I became the Dane.
Yeah, if you're so worried about critics so much, you go do your own thing. Like, make your own little thing.
Marmaduke?
Yes, thank you.
Hamlet, my dear boy, Hamlet.
This is a game where you're a vampire therapist, as you can see.
Bard's greatest role once again, and in him I saw humanity pure, naked, and true.
Yeah, oversharing vampires. Well, they're in therapy. They kind of have to overshare. Like with this guy, he's an actor of Shakespearean type, but he's also into, you know, the whole gaslighting, gatekeeping girl boss sort of thing. But it's like that stems from him being abused as a kid, as the notes say here.
It was akin to pornography, albeit far more revealing. That Edmund Kean, I told myself, he and only he could produce something so beautiful.
Right, I have to remember what the fuck these all are. It's been like 5 days. Oh no. Shit. Always right? No.
Edmund's belief that he is the center of the world is persistent.
Personalization, right, that's his main thing. He likes to be the center of the stage, literally.
But it's a big world out there, and everyone's got their own experiences. We all got capacity to do incredible things. It's a combination of luck, perseverance, and being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, right now we're on like round 3 of our clients. We have 4 clients. And this is our 3rd one. It's like we left off like halfway through our 3rd round. So I think I'm gonna finish this game today. If I finish early, I did look into the extra episodes. They're like 30 to 60 minutes each, so I can just do that.
You ain't a great actor because you're Edmund Kean. You're a great actor because of the things that made you Edmund Kean.
You toy with the fates and flirt with pedantry, my dear boy. Oh, it is often said that an infinite number of monkeys with an infinite number of typewriters at infinite time could produce all the works of Shakespeare, but such a thing is infinitely unlikely.
Monkey!
If you will permit me to continue, to watch myself act without an audience was simply rapturous. I am not ashamed to admit that I did weep. I wept for the stage, that I deprived it of my greatness on account of my own misplaced dread. I have been a cream-faced loon, a devout coward, and most religious in it. Why should Edmund Kean fear any audience? You spoke truly. Edmund Kean bared his chest to all the slings and arrows of an unappreciative audience, and was somehow surprised when they hit their mark. The Edmund Keene that you see before you is armored in love of the craft that no arrow may penetrate, and so casts aside the cloak of cowardice.
He's bringing up the... What does cream face mean? He probably means that literal. He might mean that literally, like people that put on like a lot of makeup. Maybe. That's just a guess. Like the hide your true self. You cover up your blemishes with a lot of cream, maybe. That's just a guess. But yeah, he's bringing up the whole arrow thing because he mentioned part of what got him into the whole acting thing was that he got a role as baby Cupid. And, you know, Cupid shoots the arrow, so there's a lot of, like, symbolism going on here. Yeah, he could mean it in the Yowie way, Woo. His big, long arrow penetrating the bums of good men. This game is just like Interview with a Vampire meets Brokeback Mountain.
To think, I feared mortal directors. I feared the audition and the criticism that would come afterward. I feared the cast list, bereft of Edmund Keene. But to you I give thanks. For can a mortal director know my brilliance? Nay, they're all clay-brained.
Oh, Domo Spicy Kiwi, welcome. How you doing? Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, readers. I'm Blade the Loon, Kitsune Hunter / Animal Tamer. We're playing Vampire Therapist, where we have to do therapy with the vampires. Like right now, we're talking to a Shakespearean vampire. He's just like that guy in the Interview with the Vampire. He was so schmecksy, whoa. But yeah, I hope you had a good stream. Hope you had a good time with, whatever you were playing. It's saying no game. Or wait, did they mess up? You have 2 underscores in your name. It's like, wait a minute. But yeah, it's like, if you gotta eat or sleep or whatever, go ahead. Otherwise, kick back, relax, and enjoy the vampire trauma dumping. There you go. Yeah, hope you had a good time with Helldivers too.
I know in my damned soul that the stage is worse off without Edmund Keene, and nothing any mortal director can say will disabuse me of this.
Non-standard name formatting makes you mauled. Well, cope and see with it then.
Edmund, what is an audition? Is it a trial to overcome? Is a director a god dispensing holy judgment?
So someone stole the name and they no longer use it. Depending on how long it's been, you might actually be able to contact Twitch and be like, hey, can I have it? Because they've done that.
And I replied, Edmund, do not ask such foolish questions. The answers to which...
But yeah, thanks again for the raid. Beat them until they get it back. Yeah, or that. You could also choose violence. If you beat them, make sure you make out with them afterwards and record it, will.
An audition, my dear boy, is not an opportunity, but an invitation to display the craft before another.
I mean, if your schmecksy fan fiction doesn't have a label of dead dove, do not eat, is it even really worth reading?
So I told myself, why not act, dear boy? And so I did.
So you did an audition, all right. That's great. Did you have fun with it?
You speak so simply, my friend.
This thing.
Adequately describe the feeling one has when the muse takes over.
A raw girl. Like, yeah, but dirty, rotten good. Oh, Fujoshi. Hi, Dessa. A dirty, rotten girl. Like, that'll come out eventually. Someday. One day.
It is transcendence, an affirmation of purpose, to condense humanity within oneself, if only for a moment. It is an orgasmic experience.
Like, I made my own video for it, so literally I just need the mix and put in the video, and I could just release it immediately. So that's why I'm like, come on! But soon, eventually.
Having an orgasm in front of someone else is pretty brave.
Oh, but it is freeing.
Wait, what's this about an orgasm? Hello?
The director, she told me she had never witnessed such a thing in all her years, few as they were. I am certain that she thought to herself, is this Dionysus reborn?
You can't mind read. No, no, no.
That, Eddie. A director's usually just thinking about how they can put on a good show, right?
Oh, thou sweet babe, how little thou knowest. The poor lady has only seen a parade of mortals cross her door. How could she be prepared for Edmund Kean?
I'm sure she could.
Well, maybe she couldn't be. I'm just saying you're going to be a lot more content if you're dealing with truth. If you go into this assuming she thinks you're a god reborn, how are you going to work together? You both got your jobs. Hers is putting on the show, and yours is lighting up the stage. Reading her mind ain't letting her speak it.
You must ever play the mirth-destroying ninny, mustn't you? Yes, I could not read her mind, I admit it. Art thou satisfied?
It ain't about my satisfaction, Eddie. I'm just making sure you're going into this thing with a clear head.
If you must. But allow me to continue. This time, my friend, I did not have to wait for a cast list at all. You are looking at a leading man once more.
Hey, congratulations, Eddie. That's great. See,
Global Surveillance Bird, welcome.
If you remembered what made you love the stage in the first place.
Konnichiwa, do you know of any yaoi boys that need a paddling a woo? Welcome, how you doing?
For this, I am eternally grateful, and indeed, I do have an eternity to be grateful. Now I can already hear the calls resounding through the theater. Keen, 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 give us Keen!
Keen, 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 Keen. It's like, no, the paddle's not for me. It's for boys only. All of you need a bog. No, never.
You may want to pick a different name.
Nonsense! They will say Edmund Kean has returned and be none the wiser as to the accuracy of their statement.
So what's the big role, Eddie?
Ah, we get to the meat of it, unto the very sinew at last. They say that every story is a circle, that we return whence we came. So it is with me.
Like, well, joke's on you, Cosmic. I'm the one holding the paddle. I'll knock your shell a woo. I'll smack you like a baseball right into the stratosphere. Oh woo.
'Twas tragedy that made me. Tragedy
In
that
Minecraft.
tragedy that raised me to glory, and tragedy that shall do so once more.
Exactly, Shelbert.
Of Piero. Piero, the clown who cried. Piero, the mask of the tragedy that is life.
Yeah, you are a clown. It's like, you're not just a clown, you're the whole dang circus, sir.
I believe you are, though you know a far inferior version. The one made famous by that ludicrous creature, Grimaldi.
Grimaldi who?
Omar Ditto, welcome, how you doing?
Blood, my dear boy. Do you know nothing of late 18th century English theatre?
They must have skipped that subject in frontier school.
I'm doing good with my yaoi boys, woo. How you doing?
Grimaldi was the other.
You got a new
influential
hairbrush?
actor in
Nice.
London.
It's like, now your hair can be clean.
But whereas I drew out the soul and laid it bare on stage, Grimaldi, in comparison, was a clown, a jester, a funny man.
He make you go, haha.
Grimaldi was an artist, like myself. But where my canvas was the soul, his was the latrine.
Ew.
When I strode upon the stage, my audience saw all the acts of life play out, in all their woe and joy.
You found a hairbrush that can tame your hair. Well, that's good.
Oh, but Joey Grimaldi, the great clown himself, could create bottom noises with his armpits.
Like, a man of many talents. He can make those raspberries.
Yet whose name was on the lips of the adoring public? Not Kean's, no. Not the bard's emissary. Give us the farting clown, they cried. Give us Grimaldi.
Give us the farting clown.
So you see, my dear boy, for me to play the tragic clown Piero, this is my opportunity to take what Grimaldi stole from me.
What did he state?
He stole my audience.
Personalization.
Told me,
Easy.
I don't think you and this Grimaldi fella had the same audience.
Yeah, everyone loves the farting clown. He go pew, 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 pew.
I don't think anyone showing up for a farting clown show and getting Edmund Keene is gonna be too happy, and it'd have nothing to do with you.
But if Grimaldi had not peddled his base filth, my audience would not have waned when it did. They would have been mine.
And if the sun didn't shine, we could go out during the day. Come on, Eddie, the world ain't waiting on you.
Yeah, the world does not revolve around you, even with your reality-altering gaslighting powers.
Grimaldi had his audience and you had yours. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You are not Haruhi Suzumiya. Yet.
Perhaps, though I weep bitter tears to think the people so base. And I weep for myself, my dear boy. The riches and fame he received should have been mine, and would have been, had the fates not cursed me with his birth.
Yeah, that's even more personalization.
I don't think baby Grimaldi was thinking too much about you, my friend.
Well, no, he wasn't. He was 11 years my senior.
So maybe he was cursed with your birth then.
Ha!
You delight in making me play the part of the fool, don't you?
The
Yes.
point I'm trying to make is that making things about Grimaldi versus Keene ain't doing you any favor.
There is some truth in your words.
Oh, Moika,
Why should
you're
I know
welcome. How
myself
you
is that
doing?
I am no flatulent jester.
You know any
I am
yaoi boys that need a
Edmund
paddling a woo? Speaking of Haruhi Suzumiya, I used to ship the two boys in that too. There was a lot of fan fiction of Haruhi getting into yaoi, and then she would make the boys kiss. It was very schmecksy.
And mark my words, my boy. I shall cast Joseph Grimaldi from the Thespian Order. When I play Piero the Clown, Wikipedia shall forget all about
What have you been reading? Don't worry about Surveillance Bird. Anyway, Doma Seneca, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. That's 3 raids in a row. But yeah, welcome raiders. Pop-up raid, woo. Well, I could smack the pom-poms with my yaoi paddle. I'd rather use the paddle to smack yaoi boys in the bum, but this is good enough practice. Woo. But yeah, welcome readers. I'm Blade the Loon, Kitsune Hunter / Edible Tamer. We're playing Vampire Therapy, where we have to give vampires therapy. Right now we're with the dramatic Shakespearean guy, but up next will be the one that's basically Miss Seneca as a vampire. She's my favorite. So don't worry, Miss Seneca, you'll get your therapy next. But yeah, I hope you had a good stream. Hope you had a good time with Hollow Cure. But you gotta eat or sleep or whatever, go ahead. Otherwise, kick back, relax, and enjoy the vampires. You good vampy? Yeah, of course. She's your enjoy.
Every move, every word, every expression shall be unassailable.
You are not always right.
Hear your confidence, but I just want to give you a word or two of caution. Acting's all about
You've been streaming up to
not just
15 hours
entertaining,
now.
right?
You no need nap, just play. Yeah, you got that endurance, girl.
Give yourself
Yeah,
a
thanks
little
again
room
for
to
the
bed.
raid.
Your audience might not see themselves in you.
Ha! Let them dream their filthy little dreams. If my body is that which draws them in before I spring the theatrical trap, I care not.
I didn't mean that. I just meant that you're drawing some hard boundaries acting-wise. Giving yourself some middle ground ain't a bad thing.
I know you play your part, therapist, as I must play mine. I have heard your cautions. They need not be repeated.
But yeah, quick recap. This guy, it likes to act on the stage. He's been doing it since he was a baby, and like all other child actors, he was treated very poorly. But now we're trying to make him kind of do his own little thing, rather than have to worry about critics or anything like that. But of course, he's very full of himself. So we gotta keep him grounded on Earth, so he doesn't fly off into space.
Indeed, I doubt our meetings will be
Or as a
necessary
bat, rather.
longer. I must confess to some strong
Yeah, bro is
misgivings
mewing
about you,
hard.
therapist.
Yeah, he's driven by public approval, pretty much.
There are times when we speak that I feel exposed, diminutive, and weak, and I can only conclude from those feelings that you are trying to hurt me.
Emotional
On
reasoning.
that, Eddie, you said it yourself. You're jumping from a feeling to reality. I am here to challenge you, yeah. But your feeling exposed is part of the process. Doesn't mean I'm trying to hurt you.
And the vampires aren't like the schmexy vampires in Twilight. They're like the regular vampires that turn into bats and explode from the sun. But I'm sure they could still have schmexy times anyway. Oh well.
But there is truth in emotion, my dear boy. Perhaps not the whole truth, but emotions are the seeds from which truth doth grow.
Let me be straight with you. I ain't trying to hurt you, Eddie. I'm just trying to make sure you're moving forward with a clear head.
Then perhaps that is where we speak alien languages. As an actor, I must be led by feeling and intuition. I pity you, my dear boy, that such is beyond your grasp.
I got a heart, Eddie. I just try to know when it's lying to me.
Regardless, opening night is a month from now. I doubt you shall see me again, for I shall not...
Yeah, these vampires are real, unlike Twilight. Yeah, they're totally real.
They knew what a clown was. In a month's time, they will forget Grimaldi and Bozo, and only Keen's clown will remain. Therefore, why shall I need you? When I have the public's love that I am due, what need will I have for a therapist?
That's for you to figure out, buddy. Look, if you don't need me, you don't need me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need me, I'm happy. There's lots of folks who can use my help.
I was hoping you would lament my loss more than that.
Of course I'd miss you, Eddie. You're as interesting a fella as they come. But if you don't need me, I've done my job pretty well.
Yes, well, I must admit, your suggestion of filming myself was rather brilliant, and I do owe you my thanks. Do you have any final words of wisdom for me, then? Theatre has lost its popularity because of my absence. When the public takes notice of Edmund Keene once again, how might...
Personalization again.
The greatest performance of all time. People ain't waiting for you. Think about how you felt when you were acting for yourself and not for the audience. Your most important audience member is you, compadre.
Yeah, it is you. You do the acting.
Ever the nemesis of mirth art thou, Sam Walls. But there is a little wisdom in what you speak. I shall remember Edmund Keene. I suppose, then, that this is goodbye, dear boy.
Okay, bye. Double Mitch, welcome. How you doing? You know any yaoi boys that need a paddling a woo?
There is no need. As you are so eager to help others, please do so, and worry not for Edmund Keene.
Tell you what, I'll keep it open just this once. I'll take the night off if you don't show up. Sound good?
Then I beg you enjoy a night of simple peace. You shall not see me. I give you thanks. And please, send me a V-mail. I shall arrange theatre tickets for you if you are ever in London.
Ooh, tickets.
I'll do that, Eddie. You take care of yourself, you hear?
I shall be Edmund Keene's greatest advocate. Farewell, therapist. May fortune favor you as it has me.
Like, that guy thinks she should be getting the 1 gig therapy instead of giving it. It's like, what are you talking about? My yaoi paddle will give you plenty of therapy for your bum. Like, I'll teach those naughty yaoi boys to be good. So they can hug and kiss and make lots of lemons together.
Well, Samuel, it seems you are down one client.
Yeah, I guess so. If he thinks he doesn't need me, I guess I'm
Why
doing something
lemons?
right.
Well, back in the day, it was a code word for 18+ yaoi fan fiction. That's kind of the TLDR.
You are unsure.
I don't know, Andy. I think that fella's got some more work to do, but he ain't ready to.
There's
do
also
it
a
yet.
variant called limes for stuff that was not necessarily explicit, but still spicy.
I believe you are correct, Samuel. I did warn you that this was likely to happen with our dear Edmund Keene.
It's like, of course I know that. I was there when the scripture was written. Like, I know my history because I was there.
Do not consider it a failure of yours. Remember that we are all on our own journeys, and some of us need a little extra time to reach the next stage of that journey, or in my case, a few thousand years. We cannot control the mind of any other.
Yeah, I suppose that's the way it's got to be.
Go downstairs and have a drink to fate's whimsical turns. It is that which we cannot control that makes the world so rich and interesting.
A splash of lemon and a base of mandarin juice makes a good soda. Yeah, that does sound
Andy, that
good.
sounds good.
Go then, my friend. The night awaits. Rest in peace.
Well, that was a weird one. I guess it always is with Edmund. Half the time I can't make heads or tails of what I'll go check in with Crimson and see if she's got any of her wisdom to share.
She's on the front lines creating history. Oh yeah, I was there during the Great Voltron shipping wars. I was there. Like, I was there for free. It's like, I was there for free. I was there for Yuri on Ice. I was there for Voltron. I was there for Hetalia. It's like, the only thing I wasn't there for was Star Trek, but that's so far back. Domo Doom Guy, welcome. You know any yaoi boys that need a paddling? What April Fool's joke? This is just how I am. I'm just your normal average fujoshi who wants to paddle some bad yaoi boys so they can have the schmecks already. Would make all the lemons for everyone. Yeah, cut my teeth in the trenches as Sasunaru, watching all them yaoi AMVs. Advid Tumblr user, yes, exactly. It's like, my least favorite character in Naruto is Sakura. She got in the way of my yaois, woo. It's like, that's the April Fool's joke. There you go. But yeah, welcome. How you doing? I guess that's it for Eddie. He quit therapy today. I guess I'll close out my notes. Eddie got cast in a play as some famous clown he had a rivalry with back in the day. He's rekindled his love for acting, not just the audience. Still thinks everyone is waiting for him to light up the stage, obsessed with his own Wikipedia. I don't know how I feel about this one. I hope I'm wrong and that Eddie is gonna be fine, though. Actors are strange.
The drinks are flowing and the blood's pumping. Can't ask for more than that. How are you, Sam?
Well, I had my first client graduate. They quit therapy today.
But yeah, it's like I didn't go all out on April Fool's Day prank because things didn't work out. But it's okay. I'll make do with what I got.
Congratulations, cowboy. Helped a vampire see the light, huh? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, because my original plan was to come out with a cover for Rotten Girl, and my mixer decided to not bring it in on time. Nah, because I'm still gonna release the cover anyway, so it's like, eh. I'll think of something else next year. It's alright.
Reason to hold on to my clients forever.
Like, I could still hit people with my paddle, woo.
Fella's still got a hell of a lot to work on, but
I might be down, but I'm not out. She's lying. She's trying to get your guard down. Yeah. That way, when you have your back turned, I can whack you. Like, I already launched him into space.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, even if not everyone loves what he's doing, at least he's doing what he loves.
Hey, I'd call that a win, cowboy. Not everyone gets to do what they love.
Sounds like you got some feelings about that.
All right, I'm gonna let you in on a big, dark secret. Maybe even darker than the fact that I drink blood.
Like, if you keep it up, I'm gonna whack both of you together so you kiss.
I'll hold it with high honor, Crimson.
I liked being alone.
Oh, you're right. Well, that is dark.
Oh, shut up. I was good, Sam. I fought the good fight, and I knew case law like the back of my hand. The law just moved too slowly for me in the end, and getting cancer made it seem meaningless. Now, I love this place, and I love Andy, but I know I wasn't born to bartend.
You expect to believe this is just the April Fool's bit? I don't know what you're talking about, Uwu. I just want to love, like, cute, schmexy vampire boys and watch them kiss.
Couldn't you practice law in Germany?
You try learning German and tell me how it goes, Desperado.
Oh, come on. It ain't that hard. I've picked up some German already. Ich spreche Deutsch good.
What the fuck was that, Sam?
Hold me, Maxie. The cowboy is being once again too cute. I believe I shall burst.
Burst from what? Tripped them so they kiss and break their teeth against each other. Yeah, just like in all the good yaois.
Cowboy, come with us and we will teach you how to speak sehr good Deutsch.
I think I hear my dinner calling. I'll talk to you later, Crimson.
Alright, looks like I'm gonna be biting these two.
Be gentle with him, you two.
So,
I will
warning
teach
to
you the
anyone
German
that's
that is most
squeamish.
important for you to know.
It is important to ask politely when you wish to drink from someone's neck. Tell them, your neck is beautiful. May I drink from...
Ihr Hals ist wunderschön. Darf ich von Ihnen trinken?
Now ask Reinhard if he will let you drink from his neck.
It is very important to get the declensions correct in German.
I already forgot.
Ihr Hals ist wunderschön. Darf ich von Ihnen trinken?
Sehr gut, mein Schnittchen. Ja, wunderbar. Du kannst gerne von meinem Haus trinken.
I don't know any German. I have no idea what's happening. But I think I did it correctly.
Oh, Maxi. Now I'm feeling very disoriented.
He's so German.
So I've done many club drugs.
I will take you home, Knutkugel. Now what do you say, cowboy?
Oh, Dankeschön.
Close enough.
Dankeschön, sexy. We must practice together so.
But yeah, I think he's done drinking. Like,
I must take this hot little man home now. Tschüss, tschüss.
tush tush.
Oh, yeah, see you later, you two.
Baby Pupper Echo was very cute today. Nice. What
Well,
doom
it's about
guy?
time for some shut-eye anyway.
Hit you with the paddle? Sure. Whack. 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 Aw. Well, now I am the Yowies. I don't have the assets linked up to this model, so. He's so relaxed when you hold him in your arms. Oh, that's cute. Like, well, I went from giving the Yowies to being the Yowies. Like, no, I don't want to do the Yowies right now. I gotta focus on the vampires. It's like, play with my rooster.
Good evening, Samuel. I believe you are seeing your elder vampire tonight.
That's right. I hope she's making some progress. Well, the world sure did a number on that lady.
Don't move your Boko Dice said meowie. No, yowie. As in owie, my butt.
One does not live so long without being very resilient.
Which is what you say after you get paddled.
I have had a number of near-final death incidents myself, and I had been trained to fight since childhood.
That's true. She's clearly got a few tricks up her sleeve.
I look like
I
an
don't even know
e-boy.
how she
Well,
plays them 3D video
that's kind of the
games.
idea. I'm a shape-shifting kitsune. Of course I would be able to change my form when I feel like it, or when someone redeems it.
Based on her last session, you probably have some idea of her current concerns. Would you like to prepare your distortions?
Yeah, I guess I better do that. Now, let's see.
Right, so we got Medi. She's, she does a lot of should statements, a lot of controlling, blaming, mind reading. That should
All right,
work.
I think I've got what I need.
Very good, Samuel. I shall leave you. I believe I hear the flapping of ancient wings.
Greetings, my most
Yeah, so
favorite
here's the Messenic vampire. Here she is, in all her Scottish beauty.
Good to see you, matey. How's this month been for you?
Oh, it's been ever so tiring. My glitch channel hit 100 million followers.
Yeah, she raided me a little while
Very
ago.
hungry for content.
Unless she went to sleep. I don't know, she gamed for 15 hours. Like, if I did that, I'd pass out. Yeah, it's like Medi's like 1,800 years old, so yeah, she old.
What do you mean by content? Is it like making a TV show?
Like, you didn't have to poke her, but hey, if she wants to see it, she can see it.
Nice.
It's here. It's present.
You know how we're hungry for blood all the time? Mortals are like that too, but for content.
Yeah. Very adult TV show. Yeah. Like, no stabbing. She'll just stab you back.
And it's constantly putting up new things on the internet. If they don't get content, they get frightfully bored.
Mise must border clone.
I can see why that'd be exhausting.
Yeah, so a quick rundown of Medi. She is a streamer. It's like she was part of the Irish clan warlords. And basically she feels insecure because she's trying to make all her followers happy. And also at one point she was a witch in Salem, and that's how she lost her eye.
It's alright, silly cowboy. It can be very nice. They're always very excited to see me. And they give me ever so
She
much
has
money.
her minions dispose of the
Don't have to do it
bodies.
all.
And she's like, oh yeah, I went out and killed like 7 people. It was annoying because I didn't know what to do.
Take a break, huh? Did you take that day off like you promised?
I did. I didn't like it very much.
Right. The first time we recommended her going outside and touching grass, which went horribly because, like I said, she killed a bunch of people. And then the next session we were like, how about you take a day off? And she was like, and now she's like, all right, yeah, I tried it and I don't like it. When will he do the Yowies? I don't know. You go write the fanfic.
What was bad about it?
Yeah, she's homicidal. Yeah, telling someone to go outside is evil. Yeah, right? Especially as a vampire.
It was very quiet. It was just me, alone, with no one to talk to but the voices in my head. And those voices are very unkind.
The first time she met her, she kept trying to make us her pet mouse. She was like, you want a little piece of cheese?
What do they say?
They say, Medi, you're being a very naughty vampire. You should respond to your zealots. You should be...
No should
Hey,
statements!
Mitty, who the hell do them voices in your head think they are, telling you what you should and shouldn't do? Them shoulds don't mean anything at all. It ain't nice of them at all to be pressuring you.
I could certainly be a lot kinder. I already know that I should be preparing my content and answering my zealots. They don't need to be rude about it.
Well, maybe they were being rude because they know they're full of horse shit, huh? Ain't no shoulds but the ones we make up.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Silly cowboy. You don't know anything at all about the internet, do you?
Yeah, I gotta confess, I got almost no idea what you're talking about. I didn't get much past female.
I don't know what I'd do without the internet. I'd probably be a pile of ashes. Or maybe a desiccated...
They
Overgeneralizing?
survived for nearly 2 millennia without the
I don't know what...
Control fallacy.
Pretty extreme
Right.
thinking.
I always get control
You
fallacy
lived
mixed
without
up.
the internet for a real long time. I don't know why you turned into a desiccated corpse without it.
I suppose I could live without it for a little while. But, you know, I don't belong here in this world, right, little mouse?
No, I don't know that. That's that extreme thinking again. There ain't no such thing as belonging perfectly, and there's a lot of space between thriving and being dead. I mean, look at us. We're both alive and dead, so I think we do a pretty good job of proving extremes not to be true.
Yes. I suppose you must be right. We're very bad at
What if the
staying
vampire's
still,
Iron
like
Mouse? Oh god. But no, Iron Mouse is what isn't she? Is she like Puerto Rican or something?
I gotta ask,
Like, she
how'd you
speaks
get so good at
Spanish.
all this internet stuff anyway. I can't keep up with all this modern technology.
Well,
Or something along those lines. I'm a dumb American. I can't keep
Maybe
track.
it's
I can't even
I
tell the
used
difference
to
between Scotland and
live in the
Ireland.
wilds where no one knew to look for me. If any silly mortals came to visit me,
She's
I would eat
Satan.
them. If no one came to
With how
visit,
old she
I'd go
is?
hunting for them
Probably.
on my own. But now there aren't any wilds. Now there are motorways and nasty machines. Now there are suburbs and shopping centers.
Now they sell penny vending machines, and the pennies are used.
So what did you do when the wilds went away?
Is she a VTuber? No, she just streams. She's a regular streamer.
I moved into the city, but I never liked it very much. People were very upset at me for being able to come out only at night. They started to whisper that I was a witch. And I know what mortals like to do to witches.
Yeah, you know that personally.
Pop goes the eyeball.
See? Oh. Squishing her fingers.
Oh, right, yeah. Funny. So, how'd you manage?
Well, I found out I could get mortals to do things for me in exchange for a peek at my naughty bits, and for their miserable little insect lives, they would clean up after all my messes. Realized that mortals only ever wanted one of two things from me: to kill me or to do sexual things with me. As long as they think they can have a chance of sexual things, I can control them.
Control fallacy. There you go.
But it's a bit of a leap to think you can control people what can't control themselves.
Sure, if that's what you want to call this form, go ahead.
Lady, and I know things you do not. I know that we can never control instinct. That is why I reduce my blood bags to instinct. Most of my best friends over the last millennium.
Yeah,
have been
D-Loo.
insects. Do you know why, little mouse?
Oh, why don't you tell me?
Insects never lie. They kill, they eat, and they make babies. Sometimes they eat their babies. They don't pretend to be intelligent and chivalrous. They just are.
Sometimes they eat their babies. I mean, this is true, but did you have to point that out? Domo Lemon Juice, welcome. How you doing? Yeah, it's like I kept threatening to whack people with my yaoi paddle, and thus I became the yaoi. I was transformed into the yaoi boy. You kind of broke boy trying to come up with on your Amazon package. Well, you get him. Like, hopefully you got him. Like, there's a lot of people swiping these days. You gotta be careful.
They never surprise me. That's why I don't let mortals surprise me either. If they were honest, they would eat their babies too.
I don't think all of us would eat babies, but if you want to eat some babies, that's your choice. You skinned them? Okay, cool.
That conversation took a kind of dark turn, but I think I get what you mean about not letting mortals surprise you. You're protecting yourself, and that's a sensible thing to do. That being said, you seem pretty convinced that danger is a sure thing.
That's right. If I let myself feel safe, that's when they'll come for me. Well, my devoted little perverts were very helpful, but they had a very nasty habit of getting caught disposing of bodies. Policemen would shoot them into little bloody giblets. I don't like policemen very much.
I haven't had a good track record with lawmen either.
Do any vampires have a good track record with the police? I would think not.
That's why I don't use them as my helpers. I can't trust them not to take their guns out and go, pow, pow, blam, 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 blam. Ugh, oh, I'm dying. My guts are falling out. Oh, why, policemen? Why?
Rip.
Anyway, if my blood bags died, it would mean I couldn't get a fresh supply of blood without doing very risky things. I realized that the more blood bags I had, the safer I'd be. That's why when I found out about the internet, I knew I had to get online.
I guess that makes some kind of sense.
Oh, it was so exciting though, little mouse. All of a sudden, I could make people do whatever I wanted without having to leave my flat at all. I had so many fans, and they would disappear, but then they would be replaced by even more. Just like insects.
Yeah, she doesn't have a very positive outlook on humans, but have you started dating our clients yet? No, Andy won't let us, even though we're really into this Isabella chick for some reason. Like, Sam's really into yeah, right? I'm like, yeah, he's really into this chick for some reason.
It was very easy back then. All you had to do is say you were a girl and the grabby little grubs would come out of their holes. Ah, we want vaginas.
It's like, man, please. Oh god, what kind of statement is this? Blaming?
I
No.
wonder whether Mitty could have found something other than grabby grubs.
Control.
I wonder whether...
Overgeneralizing. Okay. I was like, I wasn't even sure. I was too distracted by vaginas. Yeah, middle-aged Ojo-sama. Pretty much.
Using these funny labels of yours probably makes it easier to fall into the overgeneralization.
Lemon
trap.
juice, it's... yeah, I know it's April Fool's Day, but it's still weird when you say that.
If you that's all you're gonna find. Know what I mean?
Sometimes I think maybe you're a fun vampire. You take all the fun and go,
Who said we? Yeah, right?
I ain't trying to ruin your fun, Betty. Just asking you to think about the words you use and why you might be using them.
I know you did. I know you did, Lemon Juice, but still. Can you understand where I'm coming from?
but then people realized they could say that they were anything on the internet. It was all like a big game. And what do you suppose I said I was, Little Mouse?
It's like, well, I've been a boy for like 15 minutes, so I'll probably stay that way for at least another 15 minutes more, depending on how I'm feeling. Did you say you were a wizard?
No, I don't like wizard.
Yeah, I guess I don't either. Always
There we go, that's the
cards.
lemon juice
That
we
ain't
know.
right.
Eyes across the ocean. Well, rip.
I think you're thinking of magicians, Little Mouse. I said I was a vampire.
Well, that sounds kind of dangerous. I'm surprised you were so open about it after all you've been through.
Oh, but as far as they knew, I was only pretending to be a vampire because you could be anything you wanted to be.
Yeah, it's like, she might as well have been a VTuber at that point.
Sometimes they would come to meet me in person and they were so surprised when I drank all of their blood.
You're mind
Honestly,
reading.
think they didn't mind being killed by you?
Of course not. It was their greatest dream for a pretty young vampire to drink all
He's
of
doing
their
crazy
blood.
shit. Real
They
smart kid
really,
stuff.
Really wanted it to happen.
Well, it's good that he's getting his education, get that degree, do all that good stuff.
Betty, you've been dead for what, 1800
Hope
years?
it works out.
Somehow, I don't think you've got enough in common with a mortal in the 21st century to know what they're thinking.
Suppose you must be right. I don't think it matters though. Their lives are so very short. Nobody asks what insects are thinking.
It's like she basically preyed on goths pretty much.
Yeah, but at least you ain't presuming to know what an insect is thinking.
Oh, you're a very smart, funny cowboy man. That's a very good point. It was certainly a much nicer time to be online, though. I think that was my favorite time of the internet. There was a little place there for everyone. Even me. I ran a web ring for vampires. We had our own websites where we would invite people to come let us drink their blood. I suspect that some of the others were actual vampires, but even I didn't know. That's what made it so special.
It's like, yeah, they could have just been people with a blood fetish. Who knew? Yeah, it's like if you gotta take a break for yourself after what you've been through, you gotta take a break. You gotta take a break. Do what you gotta do. Do what makes you happy. All that good stuff.
We would send V-mails to one another and talk about vampire things. Oh, of course, it was nothing more than silly games. I think for the only time ever in my life, I had a community.
Gosh, you actually make it sound pretty nice. Maybe I should get a little more into this internet thing.
Sounds like that's what she's really looking for, is a community.
Oh, I'm
A place to
sorry.
belong.
You're too late for that, Internet Little Mouse. It's all gone now.
Well, dang, what happened? Where did the whole internet go?
It went to social media. Face Friend and Gibber and Stumbler and all those.
Ah, so she used to go on those online forums, those live journals. Ah, I remember, I was there. I was there when the scriptures were written.
Instead of looking for people like us, we just started asking the entire world to pay attention to us instead.
Well, that don't make too much sense to me. Sometimes when I was walking in the deep woods at night, I just used to have a good yell, but I didn't expect nobody to answer.
Yeah, I still use Guy Online.
But that's Little Mouse. The darkness is always listening, and something will always call back. We just don't know who or what.
I'm having a little trouble following. So it sounds like you had a group of people you trusted, and then just anyone?
Yeah, these days with Gaia, I just go on there to dress up and wear cute outfits. That's it. It's like, I don't even spend money on it that much. Like, maybe occasionally, once a year, I'll toss a few bucks because I'll have, like, a coupon deal or something. Yeah, I like my dress-up websites. It's like, Gaia Online's like my OG. I'm talking about Gaia Online. It's a dress-up forum. I know I've posted pictures of it on Twitter.
That's right. I didn't know who they were. They just started following
Like, I could
me.
post some of my Abbies on Discord later.
Some of them followed me because they thought I was pretty, and some because they thought I was strange, and some because their friends were following me. Suddenly, I had 1 million mortals who would do anything I wanted them to do, and believe whatever I wanted them to believe. It's easy, you know, little mouse. They want to be controlled.
They want
You're
to be
mind reading
controlled? How
again.
do you know that?
They live such short, confused lives, full of uncertainty. I'm doing them a favor, Mouseling.
Even if that's true, you still can't read their minds. Maybe they don't want that favor. Maybe they don't know they're uncertain.
You spent a bunch of money on Warframe if your digital extremes didn't go out of business? Hey, fair enough.
Heck, maybe they even like uncertainty.
Oh, silly cowboy. They don't know what they want or don't want. You know, the only problem is that I have so many of them to take care of.
It's like, I feel like you're trying to compensate for something, ma'am.
The problem with having so many followers is that I have to feed them so much content. Even just playing video games all the time can be a lot of work.
And you said that taking that break didn't do much for you, huh? You were just thinking about all the work you have to do for your followers?
That's right.
It sounds like you might have a bit of an addiction, Betty. I gotta question whether having all these followers is a good thing for you.
She's compensating. It's like, well, you know, she's a big girl with a big following, you know?
Having friends is nice, but these fans and zealots, well, it sounds like you've taken on a big task.
It is. But I can't help that they're so very needy. If they weren't so hungry all the time,
You're blaming.
I gotta say, you gotta take on some of the burden of this decision to feed all those fans of yours. Feeding them ain't your responsibility, you know. They can beg and whine all they like. You don't need to do a damn thing you don't want to do. And they don't need you as much as they think.
some of them say that I'm codependent.
They might even say you're parasocial. But beg? Beg for what?
Well, I think those might be the ones who actually give a damn about you.
Ugh, I don't know. At least there are some that need a little less attention. It's the zealots who are the most demanding.
Remind me again, who are these zealots?
From my Only Zealots page. The website where
Oh yeah, that one.
Don't be scared, little mouse. You're acting like a mortal. It's just squishy parts, we all have them.
Oh, fair enough. I'm just not a very European vampire yet. So, these zealots, they take up a lot of your time?
It's like, yeah, you know, it do be like that. Like, you want me to switch back? Fine. I can do it now, since you're the one that did the redeem, so I can switch back now. Oh, whoa, I'm back! Irashaimase! You got your yaoi fill for today? Well, good.
Yes. It's frightfully bothersome. But they're ever so reliable. And someone has to go deal with my landlord and my computer.
Turn the volume up?
upgrades
Yeah.
And go to prison.
Oh, I see what I did. I forgot to, It's like, I normally have this game turned up because they talk a little quietly, but I had it set to, what I have it for Nikki, so it should be how it normally is now.
Dang, it sounds to me like you're asking way too much of each other. This can't be healthy. Isn't there a better amount of interaction on these websites?
But I always know best when it comes to the internet. I have more followers than just about anyone, Little Mouse. There's
Better? Good.
something more, though, about the internet and how it works.
Yeah, and I know their voice can be a little inconsistent, so there you go.
Keep a secret, Little Mouse?
Nothing you say
I
leaves
stretch.
this room.
Well, the secret is that the internet is changing because of me.
Why are you blaming yourself?
This is another curious notion. Mary believes the internet. This is another.
Control
I know
fallacy?
you got a
Sure.
lot of followers, but the internet changing to fit you.
If personalization was
It's a lot
on
to
here... Well, wait, personalization is a form of control fallacy, so... Yeah, actually, okay. I get it.
But what if it's true? I think
Yeah,
it's
stretch.
true. I really
Bleh,
do.
bleh.
I see it changing.
Would Taffy like a little pupper? I don't think so. It's like he only likes people, and that's it.
All right, there it is. You think it's true, but you ain't sure. There's mortals and vampires all over that thing. None of us are that special. There's probably a lot of people out there feeling the same thing you are.
Oh, but I know something they don't know.
How do you...
I discovered something. Do you know how I told you that the internet used to be a nice way to meet people who thought the way I did?
Well, yeah, I think I got that.
Well, something there in the darkness is helping me. It makes people think they know me and want to follow me and be close to me, even if they wouldn't normally like me.
Oh.
It has been watching everything the mortals have been doing for a long time, and it remembers all of it, no matter how big or small. It counts every second, it remembers every click, it can tell you what you want before you even know it.
Yeah, this is called loneliness. Yeah, there's like a loneliness epidemic or something.
Well, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, Doom
Is
Guy.
this some kind of elder vampire?
I don't know, but it's growing very quickly.
Or the algorithm. Yeah, that
I
too.
learned how to speak with it.
It's a Yuri. How?
It calls itself the algorithm.
Ah,
Even
well,
weirder
there
than
you
we
go. It is the algorithm. You called it, Cosmic. You
It's
called
the
it.
creature that told all those mortals to follow me in the first place. It decides what and how much content I need to make. It's probably listening to us right now. As
God
I
gamer.
told you, the darkness is always listening.
Mitty, if what you're saying is true, I think this is some really dangerous shit. This algorithm sounds like it's trying to turn humanity into a big formula.
Oh, you have no idea. Even on YouTube, it's like, oh yeah, you say a swear word in your video, you get in trouble. But weird Elsa Gate level ads that have big boobas jiggling around, yeah, put that shit on the front page. They gave us money for it.
But it's doing it. What if all mortals really are just the same?
Awooga, awooga. Yeah, you're
I don't think
overgeneralizing.
That's true. You said it yourself.
You need
People
big
used
tuck?
to find each other because of
Yeah,
their
sure.
similarities, right?
I'll tuck you right in with this paddle. Yoshi! Yoshi. Yoshi. There you go. Yeah, if they were all the same, there wouldn't need to be an algorithm. Yeah, exactly.
Now, this algorithm,
That's kind of the
I don't
point of
think
the
it's proving
algorithm.
Humanity is all the same. I think it's trying to push humanity all in one direction. It's trying to make them all the same.
Yeah, basically.
But why would it want to do that?
I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about it.
Didn't you say that feelings don't make something real?
I know. I think. I don't know. I think I don't
Yeah,
know
rest
enough to
well,
say
Doom
yet.
Guy.
Mate, but Medi, one thing I am sure of is that this algorithm thing is hurting you. It's telling you what content to make. Who the hell is it anyway? I gotta ask you to think about what you want.
Tell him
There ain't
yourself.
no zealots and there ain't no fans. What would you be doing if they weren't around?
You do that yourself. I ain't getting involved, Doom Guy. You go eep.
Are you alright, little mouse? You're going quite pale, which is impressive for a vampire. I don't wish to worry.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just tell me you're gonna do something for you this.
Well, I used to make my own clothing. I could try to do that if it would make you feel better, my...
What'd make me happy, Mitty, is you doing something just for you. Does that sound good?
All right. I'll try then. I will see you next month.
Of course. You take care of yourself. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you've sewed up next time.
Hey, at least it's a hobby that she likes and doesn't require pressure from other people, so that's a start.
Then, farewell, little mouse. I hope you find a nice hole to scurry into.
And did you get that stuff about the algorithm? You ever heard about anything like it?
I am not eager to reveal such things to you, but there are sleeping terrors that could certainly consume us if we are unlucky enough for them to awaken. But this, no. I am not aware of any such creature. What Mitty described, a creature that takes note of every small change in nature, sounds like a force of nature itself.
Oh, you have no idea. It's like, it will slowly consume us, one Ghibli AI-generated image at a time.
I will make inquiries. Do not fear, Samuel.
Support your local artist. Who in the hell is Andrew Machos? He's our mentor, teacher person, and also our therapist. Like, we can't have hot yowies with him just yet, but maybe in the DLC, I don't know.
Even if such a beast truly exists, it cannot change our nature, as long as we are true to ourselves. This only proves how important our work is, does it not?
Like, you tell him that, Cosmic. I ain't getting involved with your beef and your queefs.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I got a little spooked, but we'll be fine.
You know what might make you feel better? Dancing.
Dancing?
I ain't that shook up, Andy. Maybe I'll go down and get me a drink, though.
Get square dancing in the hole down. Like, what? I don't even know what I just said. I literally just read what Cosmic wrote.
I will not probe, though I am curious about your aversion to dancing. When you are ready
I said I wasn't part of it. It's like, you two say your things to each other. Don't put me in the middle of it.
You're gonna be waiting a while, boss.
As long as it is less than eternity, I will be here.
Okay, you go do your wise old vampire wizard thing, and I'll go drink some blood. I'll see you later, Andy.
Rest in peace.
Why am I yawning? I thought I was supposed to be the out-of-pocket one. Like, well, apparently Cosmic wants to be the out-of-pocket one today, because that's what he said.
Can't believe someone as old as Mitty's letting anyone control her. I guess some
Bird
problems don't
bonked
disappear
you.
no matter
Well,
how
there
old
you
we
go.
get. Well, time to get some bartender wisdom. Howdy, Crimson. Think you could whip me up one of them bloody steves?
I got more insight into how Mitty's letting the internet affect her. Andy suspects there's an ancient fallen angel out there pulling the strings. Yeah, probably Metatron or some shit. Bases our personal value on her follower count going up. Doesn't seem to have any real friends, just fans. Letting this algorithm determine what she does all day. Still not spending time offline. Whatever this algorithm is, it sounds like a real asshole. Oh, you have no idea, Sam. I'm worried this thing has really got its hooks in Mitty. I'll keep pushing her to value herself, though.
Sure thing, cowboy. Tough night at the office.
Oh, just got some of them existential questions lingering on my mind. Can you believe someone can be 1,800 years old and still let society tell them what to do?
I can believe it. Folks can get real uncomfortable when someone shows up.
No kidding, my client's a weird one, but I think that's what makes her special. Just wish she saw it the same way.
Yeah, she is special.
Think you're making some headway, Chief? How's your session go?
Pretty well.
I'm getting somewhere with her, slowly but surely. She does a lot for other people, but not a lot for herself. Now that makes her real popular, but I think she's realizing that popularity ain't what it's cracked up to be. She's got her own strengths, and I hope she'll lean on them.
You're a rare one, Sam. I get where she's coming from. Lawyers like rules, even about lawyering.
Yeah, she is a nice, pretty lady, isn't she? It's like her story is that she was a lawyer, and then she got cancer, so now she's blood buddies with the Andy Nachos, and basically his blood is keeping her alive, more or less. It's not full conversion. She still has a way out. if she wants to die normally like a human, but it's kind of it's giving her time to think about it, you know. Yeah, exactly. They're butt buddies. Almost wishy welcome, you sheepy. Oh, yeah, thank you for stopping by. Good to see you. I hope you have a good night.
My colleagues didn't care much for my style, so I had to adapt. But they'd get so bogged down in doing something right that
Yeah,
they'd stop getting anything done.
How do you like to do things then?
I told you how case law is my thing, right? Well, I studied the worst cases. The ones where injustice prevailed because some corrupt judge invoked some ancient precedent. I used their tools against them. Made them look like fools. What goes around comes around, right?
Were you like a Miles Edgeworth in court? Oh, Ace Attorney Yowie's one of my favorite Yowies. I love Phoenix and Miles having being butt buddies together because Miles has unsettled feelings for him. Unsettled, complicated feelings. She has a new model? No, I don't think I've seen, or have I? I may or may not have. I don't know. Like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go see now. Oh yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, she got a Suica model. Nice. Pog. Yeah, no, it looks really nice. Yeah, the Yowie paddle is a fun prop. Yeah, it is.
And you're
Scarily pretty, yeah.
Hell no. No one was gonna listen unless I was polite and civil. But
Yeah.
power never listens to polite and civil.
You got that right. Well, that's a shame, Crimson. Sounds like they lost a hell of a lawyer.
Like, be both. Be scary pretty and pretty scary.
They sure did. Now, I got that drink for you. Sorry, no bloody Steves this time.
I'm sure I'll love it. I'll take it up to my coffin for a day cap.
Yeah, all that and a can of beans.
You too, cowboy.
Now, let's see. I can read Emerson. I think he's got a piece. Or I could watch Charlie Chaplin make lawmen look like fools.
Just go to sleep.
I think that'll do it for me tonight. Time for some shut-eye. Think I've got some tough battles ahead.
Yeah, I think we're going up to round 4 of our clients now. No, wait, we have our personal session.
There he is, Samuel Walls, vampire therapist extraordinaire. How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, this is our problem. We like to disqualify the positive. Yeah, so right, this is we have a personal session, then we do a whole new round. All right. Yeah, go and eep, girl. Again, I appreciate you stopping by, but it's 4 a.m. Get some eep, sleep. Have a good night.
Oh, come on, Andy. I'm keeping my hat on, but that don't make me an ace therapist.
No, but your progress with your clients does. I must confess, I think you are a more fitting therapist than I am. I believe my clients are afraid of disappointing me.
I mean, I guess I can see where that makes sense. I ain't too keen to disappoint you either. You always make that face.
What face is this now?
Never mind.
You make that face like a tiger. Rawr.
I understand. It can be difficult to relate to a 3,000-year-old being, but let us not spend our time talking about me. I am more curious about you. Let us start with some meditation, and we will see what arises for you. Remember your place of comfort, my friend, and remember to breathe.
I can't figure out the meditation thing. I can try,
Once was
but...
a man named John Muir. Maybe I should start a farm or something. Not the Bella. Her blood tastes real fine. Wonder whether I can rent a horse.
Because, like, I inhale and exhale, and then I don't know what to do after that. It's like, it says acknowledge thought, but I don't know... Yeah, I never figure it out. You're a Zen master? Yeah, you tell me. How do I hoo my breathing so I can meditate?
Pretty good. Well, sometimes my thoughts got away from me, but it's not uncommon.
Exactly. Meditation is not a game one plays to win. What sorts of things came up for you?
After our last session, I can't help but think about my criminal past and how I was pointing fingers everywhere but at myself. The universe dealt me a bad hand, but I played that
You
hand
acknowledged
poorly.
the monkey
I got
mind.
abused, and then I abused other folk.
You let a thought capture your full attention, then you let go. You are a river, not a wall. The problem is, I think there's like at least 5 or 6 rivers flowing through my mind at a time. Breathe in for 30 seconds, then out for 30 seconds. That's a lot of seconds. That's a whole
that's
minute.
Only fair, so yeah, I can feel bad, but maybe the universe was just evening itself out.
Aha. Samuel, I know that when we both have suffered and caused suffering, it is tempting to blame the fates. But this is dangerous. A sort of cosmic control fallacy.
It's all about lung control. If you say so.
If we expect that fate will reward and punish fairly, we are bound to be
Yes.
disappointed.
Breath control.
We are immortals, Samuel. We live long enough to see old grudges die, and the judgments of our generation replaced by another. So in the grand scale of time, how can any judge fairness?
Dang. That's a real good point, Andy. But a depressing one, honestly. I was never a man of faith, but walking in them woods for so long, seeing so much nature, so much life and death, I started to feel a kind of flow to the universe, you know?
I understand, Samuel. I am not suggesting that you deny any kind of spiritual faith you may have. It is fairness that is the fallacy. If we cannot define fairness, we certainly cannot expect it.
Yeah, I think I see what you mean. Dang, another cognitive distortion, huh?
No one ever said being human was easy. Yes, this distortion is called the fairness fallacy by mortal psychologists.
Alright, more terms! You know those folks who say, I work hard so I deserve to get what I want? Well, just you thinking you deserve something don't mean the universe will reward you. Truth is, your definition of fair is personal, and it'll often conflict with other people's definitions. It's a fairness fallacy to assume our picture of what's fair is the only reasonable outcome. For example, I donate to lots of vampire charities, so I know I'll be rewarded by tripping on an oil deposit real soon. My buddy Alejandro sleeps in his coffin all day. He doesn't deserve his muscle tone. I'm a great therapist, so I had to assure me give me his therapy practice, though I got no head for business. Okay.
Let me give you a few statements that might have examples of the fairness fallacy, and you try
The goal of meditation is to say, Samantha Vespasana, of course, but that takes a while before you could train your mind to focus on nothing. Samantha Vespasian. I can't words. I can't read.
I work hard to ensure my club is dope because I believe in earning my good reputation. Hey man, like, maybe it's good karma and maybe it isn't.
Well, dang, Andy.
I like to break it out at vampire parties.
That didn't hide the fairness fallacy, though.
I spoke of putting out good vibes for its own sake, not expecting anything to come from it. Specificity is important, Samuel. That is why we are doing this exercise. Let us continue. The great vampire banker Count Van Gelder has been an entire...
Okay, definitely that one.
He was one of them vampires pulling the inflation strings during that coronavirus thing, right? They say he caused the Great Depression back home, too. You're right that he's acting like a prick.
It's like, why are you blaming all these things on vampires? Stop that.
This is a fairness fallacy and a bit of wishful thinking.
You really don't like this fella, huh, Andy?
He is a 600-year-old investment banker. He's tried to summon demons, and even they refuse to spend time with him.
Hi, Taffy. But yeah, something about inflation. Yeah, don't worry about it. Taffy woke up. What do you want, my baby boy? Do you crave violence or kisses? He's screaming at me. That's not an answer, Taffy. But yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I have trouble making my head empty when I should make it empty. That's usually why I have trouble sleeping, is because I can't make head empty when I should sleep. Yeah, bro was Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, and he's ugly, too.
That'd probably be a good thing about meditation is be like, be head empty, and then I'll just pass out. What I need is brain implosion energy. Yeah, exactly. Taffy's on my lap. Synchronized cut bit things. Oh, no. Thank you for the follow. Domo, welcome.
Let us not descend to his level, Samuel.
Oh, sorry.
Of course, Taffy wants a full-on hug.
for you would never reach the bottom.
Hug the kitty. Dog, for a couple hours, your head would probably be empty. Oh, absolutely.
Bother being kind to mortals. The universe only punishes kindness.
The universe punishes kindness?
Yeah. Mwah,
That ain't
kiss
nothing
kitty.
you can know, boss.
Mwah.
Sounds like a fairness fallacy to me.
I know you would, and I know he would absolutely love it.
Indeed, Samuel.
He
It's the
loves
sort of
hugs
thing a
and
more
kisses
nihilistic
from
vampire
everybody.
might say. But such nihilism is not founded in objective reality.
Like, sometimes he'll literally knead into my dad's jeans for attention, and my dad will just be like, what the hell are you doing? You want a cigarette? No! Don't give him bad habits. He already has bad habits.
And nihilistic vampires are
Like
real
choosing
downers at
violence.
parties. At the last Blood Drinkers Ball, I ended up at the same table as Ayn Rand. I cannot imagine who decided to offer her immortality. That was my longest night in thousands of years. But well spotted, Sam.
I got all the fairness fallacies right.
Indeed you did, Samuel. You are most adept at tracking down cognitive distortions.
I got a good tracking nose, I'll tell you that. I can't tell you the incredible things I learned just being in nature for so long.
Ayn Rand? Yeah.
Yes, you speak quite highly of this time. This is where you discovered the concept of cognitive distortions. And you said something about a flow to the universe.
Oh, yeah, that. I don't know, Andy. Something about seeing so much life and death and rebirth. I think it made me start to look at things differently.
It sounds as though it was a spiritual experience for you, Samuel.
I think it was too. My buddy John, he showed me the way. John Muir, you probably know who he is.
Muir?
Yes, of course, the American naturalist. He made the entire United States agree that its nature was beautiful and worth protecting.
That's John, all right. I used to call him Johnny Christ because of the way he could make you believe.
Johnny Christ right up there with Johnny Appleseed.
He didn't like that too much, but he had a way of making people think differently.
How did you meet?
By the late 1800s,
Yeah,
my
Johnny
hippie friends
Cash.
moved west. John, he was their hero. He walked and thought, and no modern comforts. We got along well. He liked that I never got tired. We usually walked in silence, appreciating nature. He'd draw, I'd write. I think it was the first man I fell in love with. I was still a young vampire then, not even a century old, thinking I was straight.
Oh, we got our yowies! Woo! It's Brokeback Mountain backstory time! Woo! This should go right into my fanfiction archive! Let's go!
Most of us need a good 100 years before we are ready to open Pandora's underwear drawer.
Ew, don't talk about a girl. You're ruining the yaoi vibes, man.
Yeah, about that.
Why are we so sexy anyway? Yeah, why are you so schmexy vampires?
We are powerful, immortal beings. Our capacity to explore is something no mortal can dream of, as is our capacity to be bored.
Girls who have cooties, you can confirm this by having been with both. Fair enough. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. What do I know?
Dr. Drain might say that we have dopamine cravings that become harder to satisfy over time, and that might well be true.
Wait, so the older we get, the hornier we get?
You have an interesting future ahead of you, my friend. We'll make an international of you yet.
Excuse me? What do you mean by an international? You mean going around the world and collecting people like Pokemon? Are there any straight
I'm
vampires?
wondering, are there older straight vampires out there?
No. Sexual exclusivity of any sort seems incompatible with immortality.
I guess so.
Vampires out in Washington who claim to be straight, but they are not fooling anyone.
How long did it take you to branch out?
Oh, Samuel, death had little effect on my sexuality. I am from another era. Do you remember the 1970s? They were nothing compared to the 970s BC.
Yeah, you were fucking the Greeks and the Romans, and I know what they were into. You naughty, naughty man. Yeah, banging bootylicious booties beyond the borders. Exactly.
The stories I could
Great
tell you.
alliteration.
One night, my friend Heraclos and I snuck into the...
I was just thinking about the time.
What a king, yeah,
I'm
right?
joking, Samuel. Such a thing is not for a therapist to share in a session. I just wanted to tease the American a little.
Well, I think you're being real mean. Sorry. That's what I used to say to Princess when she was being naughty.
Sir, we don't need to go into your horse when talking about sexual preferences. A real fuck boy. Exactly. Did you just pronounce bodacious as bootylicious? Well, was I wrong?
I am honored to share this
Let's be
space
real here.
mind occupied by your beloved horse.
Yeah, right? Like, that's some, I think we need to unpack that. Or maybe we shouldn't.
Well, that's my curiosity satisfied. But speaking of which, I was talking about John. I fell for him hard. He wasn't into me like that, though. I don't think his wife got much from him, neither. That man was married to Mother Nature. But he was good company. I helped him map the West by sharing what I'd seen at night. I offered him my blood, but he was offended at that. He valued death and pitied my immortality. He just liked things as they were.
I wish I had met him. His mindset aligns with accepting things without judgment, as we explore in therapy.
He was an incredible fella. When he told me, Sam, I'm gonna get Teddy Roosevelt to make a law protecting all this, I believed him. Before he died, he urged me never to forget the earth. But I got busy roaming and didn't notice the wilderness shrinking.
Oops.
My old gang tracked me down and drove me to you. If I can't help them see another way of living, they'll destroy this planet.
How is a group of gangsters going to destroy the planet?
Right. Well, the mystic bastards are doing more than robbing banks and holding up trains these days. They got organized, and now they're called Sanguinius Health. They're a health insurance company, draining folks of their blood, money, and hope.
Of course they would make the evil vampires a fucking health insurance company. Of course they would do that. There are things I could say, but I'm not gonna say them.
Well, they're big now, too. Real big. Got friends in high places in the mortal world. Nobody knows they're vampires.
I was not aware of this company.
Exactly. If you know, you know.
Well, they're good at keeping secrets. Even in the 1800s, we had a code language. They'd bring on the infinite dawn if it made them money. If I can't stop them, they surely will.
This sounds serious, but remember to not let your fears distort your thoughts. When we foresee only a negative end to a complex situation, this is called catastrophizing, another extreme that colors our thinking.
You think everyone knows? Yeah, probably, but we don't gotta talk about it. As vampires, we can imagine the worst outcome to any situation, because we've seen some real shit, but expect a disaster from the smallest issues ain't being honest with reality. Catastrophizing keeps us locked in fear of doom, but we can break out of it if we keep our cool. Yeah, exactly. You get it, lemon juice. Dang it, I missed a shot. Now my reputation's gonna be shot too. I heard a rumor one of the dang Van Helsing's in town. This is it, compadres, we're dead. Yeah, so it's just extreme pessimism.
Meaning, maybe things are rough, but I can't see every angle, right?
Yes, exactly. This is not to say your worries are overblown, but being able to imagine varied futures is useful in our decision-making. Let me give you an exercise so you can identify catastrophe. I always make sure I keep my coffin key with me when I go to sleep. It would be embarrassing to be trapped in my coffin.
Is that really bad?
I sent my friend Bazul the Bloodborne a funny cat video, but he left it on red.
That's
Yeah,
kinda
definitely
like a
exaggerating
pretty strong
that.
assumption to make. Maybe Bazul the Bloodborne was busy doing a puzzle or knitting a cape or something.
Well, that achievement suggests that's the last one. Alright.
You are so wholesome, Samuel. I think I know what Bazul was doing, and it was not knitting. It could have been countless things, so you are correct. It is unlikely that he has left me unread out of malice. It was a really good cat video, though. I will send it to you later.
Yeah, I want to see this cat video.
That funny video I sent you of the horse pretending not to like carrots. That was a good one, huh?
Oh, I will have to remember to examine it later.
I don't think he watches any of my horse videos.
I'd watch your horse videos.
I saw a rat in my club the other night. The health inspector was so...
Yeah.
I don't think one rat showing up at your club is going to make the health inspector take you down, boss. I mean, the rats were some of the cleanest things at a few saloons I've been to.
You are correct. That was some clear catastrophizing. I have not seen a rat here ever since I hired Bert.
I can't say I ain't had a rat-eating phase myself.
Ew.
Oh no,
But,
Bert eats
okay.
everything. He's kind of like a vampire goat. I do not know how he does it.
It's like, I imagine eating rats is like the vampire equivalent of going vegan.
I guess Bert could eat the health inspector, too.
I think they know better than to get too close. Oh no, I am trapped outside during the day, and it is the middle of summer. I shall burn to ashes.
Oh, it ain't like that, boss. Getting trapped outside on a sunny day ain't gonna turn you to ashes.
How long have you been a vampire, Samuel?
2.
Do not stand in the sun, Samuel.
Yes.
When I DJ downstairs, I must ensure that I do not wait too long.
I don't know, boss. I don't think anyone's gonna get all that worked up about dropping a beat.
Yeah, Hans
That's gotta
video.
be catastrophizing.
You are correct, Samuel. I am sure they will forgive me. Though, I do not let the beat drop too late or too early, but precisely when I mean to.
That was a reference. That was a reference.
All right there, Gandalf.
Yeah, you get it. You read the rings.
Who is Gandalf?
Never mind.
You haven't read the rings. Read the rings.
I think I get what catastrophizing is now. It's just hard to see other angles when I see how powerful
Or watch the
my
movies.
ex-gang's gotten, you know?
Oh, that reminds me. One time I was on a bus and this guy came over to me and sat next to me and asked, "Hey, can you read to me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Why not?" It was like he was nice about it. And the book he wanted me to read was Lord of the Rings. And he actually had the page open. He told me, "Okay, read this paragraph." And I was like, "Okay." And then so I'm reading to him, and then another person comes on the bus, and so he hops over to their seat and asks them to read. And I was like, "Oh, he's hopping from person to person to have them read to him because he doesn't know how to read." That's smart.
But I know them. Well, they're just like I was. Maybe they've gotten better at being evil, but I get where it comes from now. That's why I feel this responsibility to help them. Now, I know that's a control fallacy. Maybe I can't help them, but I do want to try.
Wanting to guide them out of the darkness is not a cognitive distortion, Samuel. It is a noble aim, truly.
I'm just not sure I can do anything. I'd probably just make them worse.
That sounds like catastrophizing to me, Samuel. I believe that you will help some and be unable to help others, or some may not be ready to be helped.
I reckon you're right. I gotta take things as they come. Just follow that flow of nature.
You are doing exceptionally well, Samuel. I have seen your clients slowly changing the way they look at themselves.
I don't know, Andy. Seems like there's a lot of work to do.
There always is. That we will have work to do is one of the few things we can truly expect.
Well, I surely hope things keep going well.
I am not a man of faith, Samuel, but I do have faith in you.
Aw, thanks.
Oh, gosh.
Gorsh.
Come, let us wind down together. Perhaps you'd like to play Settlers of Wallachia with me?
That sounds like the kind of quiet evening I'm looking for.
Poor guy assumed it was just an old guy who forgot his glasses. My glasses! Can't find my glasses.
Come then. I will set up the board.
Why am I yawning? The glad illiteracy isn't as common as it once
Good evening,
was.
Samuel. I hope we are feeling
Well,
good
it
about
depends.
tonight.
It's like, it depends on where you live, but in some ways it's gotten better, in some ways it hasn't. Like, there is still an issue with, like, oh god, what was the statistic? It was a very concerning one. It was like 1 in 3 fourth graders can't read. Let me just fact check myself really quick. Yeah. Oh god, it was worse than I thought. Well, yeah. In a 2022 study, 67% of fourth graders weren't proficient in reading in 2022. Yeah, so in other countries it might be better, but in the US, we kind of got screwed by the No Child Left Behind. But again, we don't need to talk about that. I would just recommend Googling it. Do your own research. Golly, what a month! I took some time to do some traveling Europe in between client sessions. Prague is a great place to be a vampire. Nobody gave my fangs a second look. Well, unless I was biting them, which they didn't mind at all. And hooked me up with some vampires in Paris, too. We took a trip to the catacombs and drank real expensive blood. It wasn't that good to me, but I've got simple tastes. Beautiful city, though. My clients are doing pretty well, I think. I even had one move on, so I guess I must be doing something right. I learned 2 more distortions tonight. Oh, and Crimson's a lawyer? Didn't see that one coming. Like, I thought she mentioned it before.
Honestly, yeah. I think Dr. Drain's starting to accept himself. That's what this is all about, ain't it?
Indeed, Samuel. There will always be room for self-improvement, of course. None of us are perfect, and
Like,
none
oh
of us are
dear.
irredeemable.
I reckon so. Whoever shows up tonight, I'll give him that same benefit of the doubt.
You are a wonder, my dear. What distortions do you think you'll focus on tonight?
Alright, we're back to Dr. Drain. I know we'll definitely be able to do, like, another whole round of everyone. I don't know how much of the game is going to be left after that. If we're done with the actor guy, we might not have any more sessions with him. I don't know. But, yeah, he likes to disqualify the positive. Very dramatic. Yeah, I think those will work for him. And then, he's probably gonna play the blame game with himself, so we'll go with
These are
these.
the ones that are likely to come up.
They all do, one way or another. We are wildly irrational beings.
Like, might as
my
well
friend.
try the new
But I will leave you to
definitions,
Dr. Drain.
see how they work.
All right, I think I'm ready. Here it comes. Hello, darling. Miss me?
No.
Oh boy. Look, are we gonna have a civilized meeting this time, or are you gonna break them fangs out?
Rawr.
I'm going to do exactly what I want to do. And you know what? You're going to love it, American.
Ooh, he's such an aggressive semi trying to push him down to be a submissive uke. Ooh, so spicy a woo.
So lay your cares and your underpants at the door, because Lord Luridus is here to take you away.
Wow. Yeah, actually most first world countries are facing falling illiteracy and mathematics scores at the moment. Yeah, again, it's probably a case of post-COVID. Because 2 years without education is gonna screw you over. But again, we don't need to go into a deep conversation about that. Yeah. Yeah, if everyone's seeing drops, and again, the study I looked at is from 2022. I think it is a case of issues dealing with post-pandemic. But again, that's a whole other thing people can talk about and do their own research about. I know everyone's got their own opinions about that. Either way, reading is cool. Y'all should read stuff. Read cool stuff. Yeah. Reading's cool, kids. Your siblings went to school. There was no way to diagnose any sort of thing, so teachers just assumed that they were misbehaving, not paying attention. I thought things would have gotten better than now. It's gonna depend on the school. No worries, but I get your point, Mitch. No worries. It does depend on the school. Some of them do have, like, IEPs now, where they will assess the child and see if they have any special needs and will sort them accordingly. So, when it comes to special education, it's a lot better now. But there's still things that need to be worked on. But
I guess
anyway.
on the stuff again. Why don't you ask the little worm yourself?
At the very least, it's better than like 50 years ago when they would just tie them to radiators, but don't Google that.
Oh, Doctor, your master summons you. Hello, Sam.
Wow, he just switched back.
Doc, what's going on here? Why is Lord Luridus calling himself your master? Because that's what he is. You've helped me accept that, curse you. Whoa there, compadre. How did I help you accept Lord Luridus as your master? That weren't ever a thing I encouraged. You were correct. I was approaching my issue unscientifically. I thought I could restrain him forever, but I was suppressing my vampiric need. I had to accept the scientific truth. I am not nature's master. Nature is the master of all. To fight that reality is folly.
I feel like you're being a little extreme, buddy.
I realized that I was suppressing a great part of myself. I did as you instructed, you know. I drank blood. Real blood. And it was incredible. I had forgotten how it was not just the taste that made one feel satisfied. It's the feeling of life that it infuses in the body.
Okay, so far so good.
I felt strong, confident, above the petty worries and squabbles that come with mortality. I felt like a vampire, like the base creature that I truly am. What choice had I but to welcome the truth? I am a slave to my nature. So you see, I am his master. I always have been, and I always will be. Just as I told you, therapist. The same dark master lies within you. You know this, don't you? I can see him behind your eyes.
What kind of 50 Shades of bullshit is this? And meanwhile, you're facing high alcoholism scores. Bottoms up, you have fun with that. Remember to drink water.
Oh yes, you cannot hide him from me. You cannot hide the blood, the screaming, the power you felt when you stripped the life and dignity from those pathetic mortals. I know your thoughts, my leather-bound friend. I know what you crave. Lie back, and I will give it to you. You poor, pathetic creature. You cannot even accept my gifts, can you? You wear the American flag as your chastity cage.
Once upon a time, you thought you would make a good monk. Turns out, you make a much better drunk. Well, there you go. But boy, why are you hissing? Why are you kitty cat?
I think I'll pick up one of those at the sex shop on the way home. I wouldn't want the dear doctor using my beloved equipment. You really think you can dominate him completely? That's a control fallacy, amigo. Dr. Drain tried to shut you out and couldn't. You can't shut him out either.
You are thou and thou art he.
I don't need to shut him out any longer, naive fool. He has accepted that I am his true nature, and that I will always know what is best for him. Look, put Dr. Drain back on. I want to get his take on all this. But of course, talk to him all you like. He's a good boy.
You can do
now
both.
and
You can
knows what's best
dominate
for
him completely. Oh, I'm sure you could take him on.
Doc.
Whether
what's
it's a
going
fight
on
or
here?
not,
Listen,
you would know better
You're
than me.
maybe the most motivated fella I ever met. Lord Luridus ain't who you are. Don't you see, Sam? He is who I am. When I drank that real blood again, I knew it. I felt him. Every time I indulge, he will take over. Look,
Yeah,
Doc,
catastrophizing.
You're going to the most extreme consequences here. Thinking the worst is gonna happen every time you drink blood ain't too scientific.
Yeah, he's got a Jekyll and Hyde thing going on, stemming from him not only drinking synthetic blood, which isn't really giving him much of what he needs as a vampire, but he created plasma, like a synthetic plasma, and he got like really addicted to it, and it gave him like a split personality.
Maybe you ain't got your intake right yet. Or maybe getting a bit more satisfaction will make Luridus less, desperate. Him showing up doesn't need to be the end, partner. I suppose my horror at his presence is tainting my interpretation of the data.
Yeah, plasma in the toilet? Fair enough.
Clear-headed.
Like, I get mine from Miralax.
It's just... I wish that Lord Luridus were not a natural outcome of my vampiric needs. It isn't fair. I have worked so hard to overcome our curse.
Fairness fallacy.
I think you're an incredible fella. You're doing things with science that might change the world. Do you deserve better? Yeah.
Sounds
I
more
bet
like a
you do.
dissociate thing resulting from distancing himself from the act of drinking blood to a guilt complex. I don't think he's ever disclosed why he never drank blood, just that he drinks synthetic blood. Well, I think it's because he doesn't like being a vampire. I think that is the problem. Like, he kind of tries to distance himself. Yeah, became a vampire after a postmortem blood transfusion experiment. Yeah, breaking his own rules would cause feelings of guilt. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he wants to transcend being a vampire, but he must drink real blood. Yeah, so... he's got a lot of problems.
But the idea
Got a
that
bit- he
fair
does
rewards
got
and
a
punishments are gonna
complex.
come to
You
those
are
who
right.
deserve 'em, well, you know that ain't true.
Though I don't know if guilt is the right word. I think it is just a case of... well, he could feel guilty about his own actions. When I think guilt, I imagine like, oh no, I'm eating all these people. No, but I think in his case it's more of the instinct when he's meant to be a logical intellectual, but he's indulging in bestial instincts and needs.
You're always going to be disappointed if you're thinking that way. The universe ain't going to banish Lord Luridus, much as you'd like it to.
I am well aware, and I am embarrassed to even wish such a thing in my dead heart. It is such a self-pitying thought, but no one cares for my self-pity, least of all Lord Luridus.
Yeah, it's like lemon juice. What did you try to make me read? But yeah, no, either way, he's repressing things that he shouldn't be, and it caused a split personality.
I care, Doc. I just want to help you get to a place where you're feeling more empowered than to wait for fate to give out some rewards.
Yeah, an aneurysm, thanks. But yeah, some people can kill people without feeling guilty, and others feel guilty if they're caught in public. Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Don't worry, Sam.
People can feel guilt for
Shame
different
of being
reasons.
So unscientific is enough to keep me more honest. There is no need to dwell on this topic.
Yeah, he wants to be say-so. Yeah! That's a good way of putting it.
Dang, that fella looks pretty down. What can I do?
Cowboy wisdom.
Partner, I gotta pass on a little cowboy wisdom here. And that is, a horse is a horse. Of course, of course.
Did y'all hear that? Y'all hear that noise? Oh my god.
God, I think my brain just succumbed to age and rotted out of my head. If that is cowboy wisdom, I shudder to imagine what cowboy ignorance is.
Does Sam have brain damage? No, he's just a cowboy. There was like a neighing noise.
I'm
I don't know.
serious. Tell me, Doc, what is a horse?
Equus ferus cabalus, an ungulate of the family Equidae. Herbivorous perissodactyls, they...
No, I didn't say classify a horse. I asked what is a horse.
What do you mean, what is a horse?
I'm asking just that. Don't describe it, just tell me, what's a horse?
Yeah! Tell me what a horse is!
What the heck are you saying? A horse is a horse.
Of course.
I'm sorry, when is the sunrise today? I think I should like to meet it.
And what are you, Dr. Drain?
I'm a vampire.
Yeah?
And a vampire is a vampire.
Yeah.
Of course. So what would you tell a friend who's feeling bad about being a vampire?
I would tell them that it is ridiculous to feel bad about what they are.
What is horse? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more.
Let's soften that up a little.
I would tell them there is no reason to feel bad about what they are.
So why don't you tell yourself that?
Nay, 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 nay.
You all right there, partner?
Just give me a moment.
Oh, is he about to have a breakthrough?
Dr. Drain, there is no reason to feel bad about what you are.
Yeehaw! Now that's what I'm talking about.
Woo! Let's go! Because, I mean, for real. Would you condemn a wolf for eating a rabbit? And that's basic. That's kind of the basic ethics of vampires, is that they need blood. They need to drink blood. And he's a vampire. He needs it. We need more cowboy therapists. I agree.
Please tell me you did not just yee-haw during my breakthrough.
I couldn't help it. I'm proud of you, buckaroo. Oh, yes. Dr. Drain should be very proud of who he is.
Like, you deal with the complex? Yeehaw!
You forget, my little gun fetishist friend. I am Dr. Drain. I am the truest part of him.
Well, how about he pulls out his other gun and shows it to you about back? Have a little tussle around the back barn. Oh, whoa.
And you have no idea what depravities I've been up to, what uncharted places I have explored with my tongue alone.
Ew.
And it's all Dr. Drain's fault.
Don't blame him.
Dr. Drain, I know you're in there. We gotta admit something. You're giving a little too much blame to Lord Luridus here.
Yeah, they're two halves of the same idiot.
You can control this guy, but because you're blaming him, you're giving him a pass to be depraved.
Oh, that's not why he gives me a pass, darling. It's because he loves depravity. The murderous little pervert can't wait for me to take over. I should be so proud of how filthy he is. You know why he loves it when I take over? Because it feels good.
He knows that because he feels that delicious blood euphoria. It is because that is what he is meant to feel. No, you unfuckable wretch. Dr. Drain should not be proud of me.
Unfuckable? How dare you? It's like, you were just asking me to take off my pants. It's like, too hot. She can't help herself at this point. Yeah. Yeah, he needs a nap. That was another problem, is he doesn't sleep either. That's another, he deprives himself of basic functions.
I'm sick. I'm twisted. I am a filthy motherfucker. Or I would be, if she weren't long dead. Actually, I wonder where old Mama's buried.
Ew! No! Stop!
You know, he thinks his mother died of old age. But you know what I think? I think she died of shame. Because she knew I was her real son all along. Oh, admit it. You know what Dr. Drain is. No matter how great a scientist he may be, Dr. Drain is a creature of pure shame. That is the essence of his being. That is what makes me so strong.
Yeah, people get hung up on diving dark, thinking it's their real self or whatever. In reality, the whole mind is our real selves. Your restraint and feelings of guilt are just as true to yourself as the dark energy. Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. Especially, like, intrusive thoughts, for example. Intrusive thoughts are really just a side effect of human creativity. But how you feel about having those intrusive thoughts, that's more of a reflection of who you are. And of course, having these urges and acknowledging them, it's a question of, okay, well, why do I have these urges? It's like, what do I do about it? It's like, can I do this in a way that is healthy for me and isn't gonna go hurt other people? It's like, dude, go down to the bar and go suck some goths. You know? But, yeah. What do I pick here? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I knew it.
Drain is feeling a lot of shame, but that don't define him. He's lots of things.
That one made the most sense.
He's dang smart. Incredibly knowledgeable fella. He's pretty funny sometimes. Got that real British type of humor.
Yeah, everyone likes the British.
And he's real determined. I ain't never seen anyone work toward a goal like him.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a lot more than shame.
Yeah, he's a scientist.
Do you remember how I told you I didn't have a gag reflex? I believe I might have been wrong.
Why,
I believe you've inspired something in me. I can add a new sentiment to my feelings about your little doctor. Pity.
Why am I yawning?
Tisk, tisk. Now, why must you deny the poor little worm? If he loves science as much as he pretends to, he knows that I am up to you to decide what Dr. Drain should or shouldn't do. All them shoulds were the thing that made him lock you up in the first place. They're what made him afraid and ashamed, because he was always thinking about what he should be or do. Of course, they were his own creation, but he cannot help it. He knows in his heart that he should... Lord Luritus, did I give you permission to speak, my little worm?
Oh god, they're talking to each other. Oh, this ought to be good.
I don't need permission. I just wanted to tell you something.
I'm like, I see the sprite switching back and forth, but I kind of want to see from Sam's perspective how he's like really like shifting.
Oh, he wants to tell me something. Well, go ahead, darling. Tell me something. I shall remember it when I'm shagging a football fanatic in a dumpster.
TMI.
I accept you. What do you mean you accept me? You cannot accept me. I am your nightmare made flesh. I am the reflection in the mirror you cannot see. Nevertheless, I accept you. I accept your bloodlust. I accept your violence.
Wow.
You accept my cock.
Sir, you're ruining the moment.
Yes, I accept even that. I will not deny you any longer. But as you are me, I am you.
You finally get it. You are thou, he is you, persona.
I take responsibility for all your actions.
Yeah, accept the
I
phallus.
will nourish you, and you shall live by the Hippocratic oath I have sworn.
There you go.
Dare you to try, you sniveling... No, I do not need to try. You and I are one. I know you. I accept you.
Wow.
And I love you all the same.
Oh.
Curse you. Curse you both. You sicken me.
He's just like, I love myself. And then his other side's just like, bleh!
You do not sicken me. I accept you.
Is this Yowie self-cestawoo?
No. I accept you. No!
Yes! Wow. Ooh, and I got a flawless client session. Woo! I thought I was never gonna have a flawless session. Good on me. But killed by 30 seconds to Mars? Yes.
Dr. Drain? Are you alright?
Yes, Sam. I am fine.
You look fine.
I feel fine. It is a very new feeling. I'm not sure I know what to do with it.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but do you want to go down and dance in the club?
Dance? Dance? Would I like to dance?
Yeah, come dance.
Yes. Yes, I would like to dance. Let us dance.
I'll teach you the square dance. You like them shapes, don't you, Doc?
I was hoping you wouldn't say yes, but let's go, partner.
Yeah. Have a hoedown.
Come on, Sam. Let us cut rugs.
I ain't much of a dancer.
Neither am I. But dancing is what I feel like doing.
Huge breakthrough today! Dr. Drain accepted Lord Lucius and all his needs. I think it's gonna be smooth sailing from here on. Dr. Drain figured out that Lord Lucius' needs aren't bad or good. Dr. Drain accepted that he's a vampire, and that comes with certain realities. Going forward, I think the important thing is making sure that Lord Lucius comes out in healthy ways. I don't want to see Dr. Drain digging up his mother or nothing. Yeah, don't let him anywhere near your mother.
I guess we're dancing then.
Now what the hell am I looking at? Bert, you be nice. I guess that explains why Sam doesn't dance.
Crimson, most dear, have you seen Samuel? I usually check in with him after a session, but he has disappeared.
Check it out, Sugar Blood.
What is he doing?
I think he's goth square dancing.
Oh no. Not goth square dancing.
So he is. We should not laugh.
Now circle right and do-si-do.
But then again, that is a should statement.
Yeah. Explore your mother's holes using only his tongue. It's like, God, I hope not. It's like, mine is also buried 6 feet under.
The master therapist once again enters his domain.
Maybe she's a vampire? No. But yeah, I'm gonna take my, bathroom break now. So, I'll be back after these commercial messages. Yee.
Alright, I'm back, and the redeem is on, Timer Gecko, so you're good. And Taffy is also on my lap as well. Squishy kitty. Taffy wants more hugs. Mwah, kissy kitty. Mwah, kissy kitty. Yeah, it was fine, you know. Pretty standard procedure. Like, I am due for my monthly, blood god offering, so today's fine, but tomorrow is probably gonna be the beginning of the offering. But yeah, I can't check my posture, but I could probably stretch with Taffy on my lap a little bit. Right, Taffy? You won't bite me while I stretch, right? Right? You're not gonna bite me while I stretch? So you're saying you need a vampire in your life soon? I'm not against it.
I'm just the right cowpoke in the right place at the right time.
A cowpoke who has a habit of disqualifying the positive. It is ungracious to deny a compliment, my dear. You are an excellent therapist and an inspiring dancer.
Yeah, you literally invented a new form of dancing.
All right, that's enough of that.
You are seeing Senora Deste tonight, yes? How do you feel about her progress?
Oh yeah, Senora. She's really coming along.
I don't know. That lady can really hold some grudges. I think she's starting to think about herself a little more, though.
An ancient grudge is a difficult thing to forget. It can become a part of one's very life. Vlad Tepes only became Dracula because he was obsessed with the Turks, remember?
Oh yeah, I know about Vlad. Cool guy. Really into stabbing people. And putting their heads on a stake.
Yeah, I don't think the Senora's that far gone.
It's like, you got what you wanted? Alright, well, glad I could be of service. I'll switch back then.
I'll take off my sticky note. Taffy, don't get in the way. Alright, I should be back to normal now. Okay.
Do you feel you are prepared for whatever distortions she might bring?
Well, let me think about that.
Yeah, ooh, what should I bring to the table? That and yeah, those should be fine.
All right, filled my chamber. I'm ready to go.
I don't remember people being like this about crossbows.
Well, you can take the cowboy out of the West, but you can't take the West out of the cowboy.
Heh.
So it would seem. Well, good luck tonight, Samuel. I will leave you to it.
All right, deep breath, Sammy boy. Here she comes. Bonanati, Senora.
I think you were even close.
What?
It's Italian. I thought I'd learn how to say hello to you properly. Bonanati.
No, I cannot repeat it. I appreciate your attempt to speak in my language, but please do not attempt to do so again. Good evening. We'll do fine.
It's like you gotta stop doing that.
Good evening, Senora.
I apologize. I am feeling delicate tonight.
Delicate how?
What's going on, Senora?
The realization that I am merely a repulsive, angry old woman becomes disappointingly clear. It weighs upon me in more than one way.
This can't be coming from nowhere, Senora. What's the deal? Last time we were talking, you seemed to be feeling pretty good.
You want to know why I am disgusted with myself? Here, look.
Oh, I remember last time we told her to draw a centaur because she said she likes centaurs. So this is probably it. She's probably gonna show us the picture. I'm kind of excited. Let's see what she drew. Woo! I like it. Kind of cool. I like the staff. He's got... Wait, is that like... Yeah, I'm like... What kind of... I'm looking like in this area. I'm like, okay, so the leg's bent there, the leg's there, and then he's got a big stick. Okay.
I know. It is terrible.
No, it's good!
I wouldn't say that.
I like it!
In fact, I think it's beautiful. I can tell you put a lot of love into this thing.
Yeah, she drew her ideal man. Yeah, who looks eerily like Sam.
Entirely juvenile effort. There is nothing redeemable.
You're disqualifying the positive!
Senora. I ain't capable
Stop!
of anything half that good. It's clear to me you got some sense of what you're doing. I think you're focusing on your weak spots when there's a lot of good here.
Yeah, I like
At
it.
his abdomen. What is that? It looks like an insect's thorax.
Well, you might have been a little indulgent with the abs, but there's nothing wrong with a little indulgence.
Yeah,
I call it
people
style.
it's like people indulge on other body parts all the time.
And I call it trash.
Believe me, Senora, I know horses. You're a heck of an artist.
Then why do I feel nothing but shame when I look upon it? If I feel nothing but disgust, then it is disgusting.
Catastrophe? No.
Isabella's feeling does not create objective truth. I find that
Then why do I...
Isabella's feeling does not create.
Is it still
Senora,
disqualifying?
let's
It's
let
still
your gut make
disqualifying.
up
Okay.
reality. You look at this piece of art and see trash because that's how you're feeling. How come I don't think it's trash?
Oh, dear Sam. I mean this in the kindest way I can, but you are an asino.
Excuse me?
I'm guessing that ain't a good thing.
It is a donkey.
Yeah, she's literally calling us a jackass. Is she from Spain? I think she's Italian. I can check. I think it says. Well, she's a Renaissance woman and she worked with Da Vinci. So yeah, she's Italian. Did you just have an aversion to clicking the same button twice in a row? Yeah, it's like when you do those multiple choice quizzes and you're like, why did I pick C like 3 times in a row?
Well, that don't seem too kind to me. My opinions don't count.
In this case, no, because I am never wrong about art.
Don't judge your art based on how you alone feel. Feelings ain't reality, and someone else is always going to have another opinion.
You are indeed correct. But no one will see this insult to Chiron.
Now, what the heck did you go and do that for, Senora?
No, she ripped it. No, I liked it.
I did what one should do with garbage. It is better that the world never...
No
Now, who
should
the heck said
statements.
you should go ripping up your art. Where's that should coming from?
It is the destiny of trash to be discarded. What happens if we leave rubbish sitting around? My husband used to leave his filthy chicken bones everywhere. Wife, do not tell me what I should do. The dogs will clean it up. He invited maggots into my beautiful home. Are you suggesting that I was wrong to say we should have thrown away his disgusting refuse?
Art is not like chicken bones, but you can use chicken bones to make art.
Now, come on, Senora. Comparing something you should do to be clean and healthy ain't the same as saying you should trash your artwork. If you want to see real horror, ask me to draw anything other than my gun.
Yeah, you probably draw like a little stick man.
I mean, what are you really looking for here, Senora? You looking to bring this fella to life with your brush? You think if you don't produce something completely perfect, it's garbage?
Yes. I apply the same standards to myself as I do to everyone else.
See, that's your first problem. We've had the discussion, ma'am. You are not a god. No one else is a god. You cannot compare people to gods. Stop it.
Leonardo da Vinci once painted an illustration of my city of Mantua for me. It was beautiful. Leonardo had a mastery over art that modern mortals will never understand. But it was full of imperfections. The shape of one of the windows was wrong. The clouds looked slightly
The god of being really annoying. Yeah.
I lit the painting on fire rather than let him embarrass himself. So why would I choose to embarrass myself?
You lit a Leonardo da Vinci on fire?
Wow.
I lit rubbish on fire. Da Vinci painted it, but it was still rubbish.
Dang, that fella must have been terrified of you.
He was, though he had no reason to be. All he had to do was be better. It had nothing to do with me.
Ma'am, your standards are too fucking high.
Senora, this need for perfection you've got, it ain't doing good things for you.
How can you say this? By demanding perfection, I improve the work of others. I improve the work of myself.
Well, maybe that's true, but you're doing something less useful.
And what is that?
You're limiting your dating opportunities. You're promoting unrealistic standards.
Senora, your standards are way too high. There ain't no way anyone can reach them.
So you keep saying. But there is nothing wrong with setting a high standard. The problem is the low standards of others.
You know, she'd probably be really good at picking out AI art.
It is shameful to not strive for greatness. I will not tolerate your setting low standards. You will not disgrace my presence with shallow thoughts. Am I understood?
Yes, ma'am. No, wait, I meant to say...
You're terrifying
Senora,
everyone.
I gotta be honest here. You're terrifying everyone. You're terrifying your artists, your family, even yourself.
Yeah, if she saw AI art, she'd probably run straight into the sun. Like, oh, disgusting.
Failure's a part of life. If imperfection's a mortal sin to you, ain't nobody gonna let you in on their imperfections.
Yeah, she'd probably go on a rampage. Yeah. Like, this image has 6 fingers on it. How dare you?
Not you, not your husband, and not your son neither.
How dare you?
Oh, Jesus
How dare
Christ!
You lecture me, peasant.
Ma'am, please. Oh god, that's terrifying.
How dare you suggest that I was anything less than the perfect mother to my Federico?
Ma'am, you're projecting.
You worm! Ho sputato sulla tomba di tua madre. Vi maledico ai livelli più profondi dell'inferno.
I don't know Italian, but I could already tell she's threatening to do very bad things to us.
Federico loved me. He knew that I knew what was best for him. Pull out your cognitive distortions now and I will tear your head from your neck.
I ain't never said Federico didn't love you. All I was saying was...
Zitto! Shut up, fool! You presume to tell me what I know. You, a common murderer! You who can barely speak your own language!
Damn, girl, calm down!
I demanded perfection from my Federico so that he would not end up like his father, a degenerate leper whose penis hung by a thread of putrescent skin. I do not tolerate imperfection! Not from myself, not from this world, and not from my son!
You know
Stop
what,
it!
Senora? If you don't have that kind of control, you're gonna have it all by your lonesome.
It's like, stop trying to control things you can't control!
I'm trying to help you, and you're screaming at me. Why? Because you can't stand being wrong?
Yeah, sometimes you're wrong, ma'am.
If I'm too scared to talk to you, what the hell are we doing here? What do you want me to do, lie to you? I ain't gonna do that, Isabella d'Este. If you're looking for perfection, you're only gonna find liars, and that ain't me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know you are right. Oh, Federico, what have I done?
Hey, it's okay, Senora.
He barely spoke to me when he came back from the Vatican. Every time I asked him how he was, he would say, I am fine, mother. Of course he knew better than to talk to me. His father never did. No doubt it was I who drove them into the brothels.
I think
You
that's
had no
simplifying
influence.
Things a little, Senora. Your boys made their own decisions. There probably were a lot of reasons they went to the brothels, but putting it all on yourself just ain't accurate.
Like, you did what you could to raise him. It's like, once thing goes out there, that's his choice.
You couldn't read their minds or control their behaviors.
Perhaps not. But I am certain their whores did not criticize them as I did. I was only trying to make them demand better of themselves. Why did the world...
It can be depressing indeed whenever the universe gives out arbitrary
I was...
Fairness? Yeah.
Senora, you weren't being punished.
I got them mixed up for a
The
second.
world doesn't give out rewards and punishments on its own, no matter what we're intending. And it definitely ain't singling you out.
Of course. The world does not care for Isabella d'Este. Good intentions count for nothing.
Now come on. Senora, you're going to extremes again. Good intentions can be their own reward.
Oh, Sam, you are a simpleton. A wonderful, kind, wise simpleton.
She's like, you're an idiot. I like that in a man.
Thanks, I guess.
I read my Wikipedia page, you know. It was full of lies and slander. No doubt this is how history remembers me, with slander I have earned.
Ah, oui.
I read that Wikipedia page too, Senora. And you know how I read it? The people are in awe of you. They call you the First Lady of the Renaissance, you know.
This only proves that Machiavelli was right. That if one cannot be loved and feared, it is best to be feared.
It's like, yeah, you were quite terrifying a moment ago, ma'am.
I think you're a little too down on yourself today, Senora. But here's what I think of Isabella d'Este.
You're very ambitious.
You're ambitious as hell. From what you told me, it sounds like being a woman in your time wasn't an easy thing. But you proved you were capable of anything, and people had to respect that. Hell, you even ran your own city. You're gutsier than any man I've ever known.
I am not sure I like this gutsy word very much, but I suppose I did well for my time.
Yeah, you did things.
Senora, you did well for any time, believe me.
You're smart.
You are so dang smart, Senora. I don't think people these days get an education like yours, and you took it serious. You know about art, music, philosophy, religion.
Of course, I know much about physics, biology, and mathematics as well. Do not think me simply a woman of the arts.
See what I mean? I'm only 200-some years old, and I think it's going to take me another 200 to know half the stuff you know. You should be proud, Senora.
You're a caring person.
You know what? You come off as pretty hard.
You just care too much.
I agree on that, but you're a caring person.
Like, you care a little too much. You're more of a smother than a mother.
You want the best for the people you care about, no matter how hard it is on you. You literally gave your life to care for your family.
No one has ever called me a caring person before.
Am I wrong? Going through death for family? Seems like you care a lot.
A little too much, perhaps.
I ain't gonna disagree with you there.
You look great.
Thank you for saying so.
You have a nice
But I
hat.
see why people were falling over themselves to paint you. You got grace and style such like I ain't never seen back home. Not even at a fancy cotillion. Those ladies would probably kill to have your fashion sense.
Well, thank you for saying so, Sam. It is gratifying to know that my eye for fashion is noted. I certainly know how to wear a hat.
See, she gets it.
Well, that thing looks great on you. I doubt I could wear it half as well.
That is certainly. You have been so kind to me. Kinder than I have been to you.
You deserve kindness. And you deserve to give yourself some kindness too.
No one has ever spoken to me the way you do. I suppose I never allowed them to.
Yeah, he's putting all his risk for this one. Yeah. It's like the achievement says, flattery will get you everywhere.
Sam, I know I am old. I know I am difficult, but would you ever consider a woman such as I?
Senora, I'm here to help you on your personal journey. Let's not complicate that.
Of course. I am just being foolish. I am so used to people being afraid of me that, of course, I fall for the first person who is not.
Aww.
Senora, I think if you can learn to give people a little room, they're gonna adore you.
What if they see me as weak if I am gentle? What if my bearing was the thing that earned me respect? I do not wish to be discarded and ignored like so many women of my time.
Once again, Isabella sees a doom that is quite unlike.
I do not.
Senora,
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
think anyone could discard and ignore you. You don't exactly fade into the background, you know. You're pulling back a little and letting people make their mistakes doesn't make you weak. And it definitely ain't gonna make them discard you. I'm a pretty gentle fella. You don't think I'm weak, do you?
No, I do not.
So don't go thinking you are, alright? I'm not saying you gotta be meek, Senora. I reckon that ain't in your nature. I'm just saying to start with compassion. People are doing their best out there, and they deserve your understanding when they ain't perfect. Same goes for you. Don't go ripping up your art because it ain't perfect. Nobody's expecting that from you or anyone, not even Da Vinci.
You think Da Vinci came out of the womb drawing Picasso?
Yes, I suppose I must resign to the truth. I am powerless before inevitable imperfection. I suppose the cat.
If Senora d'Este cannot dominate, she sees herself as happy.
Yes.
If Senora d'Este cannot.
Alright, it's control fallacy,
Don't go
whatever.
running in the opposite direction, Senora. That ambition comes from you. Not everyone's got it. So keep striving to be better. Just give yourself a little compassion when you don't meet those super high standards you got. And there ain't nothing wrong with holding other people to a high standard neither. We ain't gonna be gods, but it's good to have ideals.
Yeah.
I believe you are wiser than I, Sam Walls. It is most humbling.
A slow horse who can still get his carrots is quicker than the ones who run past him.
And then you say something like that, and I am no longer quite so humbled.
Eat a carrot.
Don't be humbled by me, Senora. I'm a simple man. Just a more honest one these days. Look, let's remember what brought you in here in the first place. You saw that Space Wars movie and all its problems, right? I want to give you a challenge. I want you to find a piece of art to like.
Oh, yeah. That's right. She saw Star Wars and it gave her an existential crisis.
Anything. A painting, some music, a movie, heck, even a video game. And you enjoy that thing for what it is, not hate it for what it isn't.
Video games are not art.
Do you know that, Senora? I bet there's lots of video games with redeeming value. One of my clients plays a whole bunch of them.
She didn't like it. No, it's like she saw that it was like, she saw the, how everyone was loving it and enjoying it, even though it had nothing, or in her opinion, artistic to offer, that it was just cheap entertainment. And I gave her an existential crisis.
I do not think they are for me.
Well, fair enough. Just find something, and we can talk about it next time. You can use the internet. I hear it's full of lists of things people like.
Very well. I will do this. Sam, thank you for being so kind to me.
Well, I'll thank you to join me in being kind to you, okay, Senora? I'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes. Well then. Goodbye, Sam. Until we meet again.
Adios, Senora.
Yay!
Well, well. A confession of love from the First Lady of the Renee.
Oh, shucks, she ain't in love with me.
I know, I am teasing. But I am impressed, Samuel. You warmed her dead heart.
It was touch and go there for a bit. I thought she really was gonna rip my head off.
But you were not afraid, as she said. They make strong men in the American West.
Tough living will do that to you, sure enough.
Yeehaw!
Then let us relax. I hear you were dancing the other night.
Oh, no.
Do not be embarrassed, Samuel, but let us go downstairs. The night is still young and there's much to celebrate.
All right, Andy. I think I'm game for a little R&R.
Crimson, sweet sanguine. Tonight we are celebrating.
Yeah, let's read. Well, turns out I was right that the Senora hasn't let her real anger out yet. Damn near ripped my head off tonight, but she's feeling her feelings. Yeah, she went very soon and then dairy. Seems to have accepted that she could have loved her son without controlling him. Now blames herself for pushing her husband and son away. Afraid of being forgotten or just remembered as a mean lady. Poor Senora, I think tonight was good but hard for her. From here on in, we gotta start focusing on what brings her and her alone satisfaction.
I am pouring us all some shots. Verona Virgin 1492. A taste of a different time.
You know I don't like drinking anything but fresh, Andy.
I know, dearest. This is a rare occasion. Samuel here was able to help a 500-year-old let go of her anger. So let us toast her age.
It's like, do you keep bottles that are close to the age of your clients often, sir?
To the Renaissance.
Ugh, that tastes like dirt.
Ugh, I think mine had a clot in it.
It's not very good, is it? Oh well. Then let us instead toast leaving the past where it belongs.
I think I've had my fill of the past tonight already.
I've got a better idea.
Is that so? Of course, my dearest. I am delighted for you to share your...
I'd like a little privacy. Come on.
Whoa, we get the bike crimson? I don't think we've done that yet.
Oh, well, all right then.
Wow.
Smile, Samuel. You have the favor of a very special woman. It has been too long since I tended my own bar. Go have fun.
Yeah, we're going to the kink room. Don't worry about it.
Andy, you have a good night.
Hey, cowboy.
Hi, Crimson.
Look, handsome. There's a reason I wanted to get you alone. I'm hearing about all these clients of yours being stuck for hundreds of years, and I keep thinking, what if that's me? I've been half dead for 20 years. But do I want it to be 200?
Have you talked to Andy about this?
Yeah, but he's 3,000 years old. 20 years to him is like a month.
Yeah, I imagine time would work like that.
I'm jealous of your vamps, if I'm honest. They're all moving forward, but I'm stuck in the same place.
Yeah, you basically are colleagues at that point.
I've got Andy keeping me alive, but I'm not sure I'm living. The way I see it, either I decide my time's up, or I decide to become a vampire. So I wanted to ask, what's your favorite thing about living forever?
New perspectives?
I like the night. Mortals are so tied to the sun, they miss out on a whole nother world. The night ain't so hectic. We ain't getting messages at all hours because everyone else is asleep. We got time for reading, for art, whatever we like, really. Crimson, in the end, this is your decision. You gotta decide for your own reason.
I know. You're right, Sam. It's helpful to get a youngster's perspective, though. Now, are we gonna get to biting?
Yeah, I figured we're gonna bite her now.
We're still doing that.
Of course we are. Get in here, cowboy.
Let's go, Bop.
That is something else.
Yeah, true. Time zones. It's like, it might be night in one place, but it's day in another.
Not bad, cowboy. But you don't need to bite. Just let your teeth sink in next time.
What's the difference?
If your partner is relaxed, they'll just slide right in.
Are we still talking about biting?
Oh, well, thanks, Crimson.
Yeah, I know. It's
trying to
morning for
remember
you
that.
right now.
Bet you're pretty sleepy now, huh?
Well, yeah, now that you mention.
Go get some sleep then, cowboy. And Sam, thank you. I'm glad you're all right.
Where else would I be? I'm glad to be of service, ma'am. You have a fine evening.
Yeah, Crimson's cool. Like, I don't blame her for being hesitant.
Samuel, good evening. How is my ever-impressive protege tonight?
Looking forward to a night off, boss. I haven't heard from Eddie, so I was thinking about a nice hot bath.
An excellent idea. A little self-care goes a long way. I do have bubble bath if you would like to borrow.
Andromachos the Mighty uses bubble bath, huh? I wouldn't have guessed.
Fancy.
There is only one type of human who does not like bubbles.
Liars?
Well, I was going to say werewolf, but I suppose it is the bath part they dislike.
Oh, well, I ain't no liar, so I'd love some bubble bath. In fact, well, tarnation, I guess the bubble bath is postponed.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was gonna come back. Something went wrong.
Are you ready to handle Edmund's distortions? It sounds as though they will be intense.
Well, let me think real quick.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be like, I work so hard. Everyone should love me. It's the end of the world if no one loves me. Sure, we'll work with
I
that.
think I got it.
I suspect you have difficult work ahead tonight. I wish you the best of luck, Samuel.
Thanks, Andy. Hold on, Sammy boy, here he comes.
I could have gone with mind reading. Well, we're okay.
Hey, Eddie.
Who brought in the cloud?
Do you like my costume, Sam?
Well, sure. Did you come right from that production you were talking about last time?
Yes. I flew right here after the performance. I had to tell you how it went.
So, how did it go?
I'm afraid to ask.
You should have been there. You could have seen how the audience reacted.
Oh, Domo Aviator, welcome. Yeah, the therapy's going good. How you doing? So, as you can see, Bozo the Clown has arrived.
Hey, well, that's fantastic, Eddie. I was a little worried when I heard you coming. I wasn't expecting you tonight.
But why would you worry? You knew who I was. The great Edmund Keene. Of course the audience would love me. Oh, my dear boy. How they did laugh at the great clown Piero.
Well, that's amazing, Eddie. Gave that Grimaldi fellow a run for his money, huh?
Grimaldi would have never achieved as many laughs as I clearly earned.
You don't sound too happy about it, Eddie.
Piero is supposed to be a tragic clown, but they laughed. They just laughed and laughed and laughed.
Oh, Eddie.
They laughed at my heartbreak when my wife left me for a respectable man. They laughed when I held my dying child in my arms. They laughed as I succumbed to drink, damning God for not taking me.
Oh, so they weren't laughing with you. They were laughing at you. Uh-oh.
They laughed as I slit my own throat when 'twas no trick, for I am already dead. So you see, it was all very, very funny.
Eddie, I'm so sorry. That reaction sounds horrifying.
No, but of course it wasn't. I believe this role was made for me. It was made so that
He has to
people
learn
could
that the
laugh
audience
at
is
me.
chaotic and interpret things however the
So
hell they
laugh,
want. Yeah,
my
pretty
dear boy.
much. It's like, I don't know if it's a case of because he was so dramatic about it, they thought it was silly. It's like, no, my son is dead! Like, Jason! Like that kind of thing. Like, I wouldn't worry about it because, it's deliberately designed so that even if mind reading does come up, I'm not gonna be screwed over. I have noticed that this game is designed so whatever you pick is whatever you confront, and whatever you wouldn't apply, you don't talk about. But yeah, it was made for me. If he's saying he's made for me, is that personalization?
I know you're
Yeah.
hurting right now. I know people can be cruel, but they ain't looking to be cruel to you in particular. That's one of them cognitive distortions. Personalization. It means
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Oh god.
Don't tell me a fucking thing about cognitive distortions! Do you think I don't know what they are?
Sir, please.
Do you think I do not employ each and every one, every single moment of every single day?
Sir, it's like, oh god. It's like we're having another melty.
I am a professional liar, but no lie is so carefully constructed as that of Edmund Kean. You told me to deal with reality as it is. So be it. This is Edmund Kean, a minstrel, a jester, a fool, a clown. A clown whose greatest joke is to pretend for even a moment that he is not one.
Yeah, because you see how Sam is glowing right now, and he's saying something that could be deconstructed, but because I didn't pick it, it's not showing up. I can see this game does definitely have high replayability, because you could always pick like a different thing and see which statements you can pick out differently. So there's no wrong, it's like there's no wrong way to go about it. It's just a matter of which part of what they're saying do you want to deconstruct.
But you see, my dear boy, all that is impressive about Edmund Kean is just illusion. It has always been an illusion. That is what the stage is. But it is my life as well. Go ahead and ask me, therapist. Ask me, who is Edmund Kean? Nay, do not ask. I will tell you. Edmund Kean is nothing. There is no Edmund Kean. I have never met the man, or even the boy. I have known Shylock, Richard III, Hamlet, Lear, Othello, Macbeth, Romeo, Cupid.
Yeah, you suspect some loadouts may help you more than others. Oh, absolutely. I'm sure there's some statements that would some things that might fit better, but it's a case of even if you didn't pick them, you're not going to be punished for it.
The people loved all of those characters. Wherefore would they love Edmund? Edmund had to become a character as well, and I have played Edmund for so long that naught lies beneath. A hollow man sits before you. As the vampires have said, what is a man anyway? A miserable pile of secrets, a mountain of pretty lies.
It's like, yeah, it's like a Castlevania reference was inevitable in this situation.
Eddie, that ain't true, and I'll tell you why.
People are good? I don't know.
People are pretty good deep down, Eddie.
Yeah.
You ain't giving humanity a fair shake.
That's a classic reference.
You clearly never met me backstage. They used to call my dressing room the Room of Lamentation because everyone who walked in walked out crying. Would you call that good, therapist? I wouldn't.
Like, you could, if you wanted to.
Well, we ain't all good all the time, I suppose.
As I said, we are made of lies.
Lies! We all lie.
Deep down, we're all still scared animals who can't tell the difference between a booing audience and a lion ripping out our throats. For all the time my blood was pumping, I played a tough guy. Slaughtering Sam, they called me. I like that name. You want to know why?
Slaughtering Sam.
Why?
Why?
Because it made me feel safe. Under that grizzled exterior, I was still just a scared little boy. But that little boy was me, Eddie.
You understand me? Though we have played different parts, the character underneath is the same, perhaps. Do you remember that I played Cupid as a boy?
Yeah, I do remember.
That was your breakout role, right?
I learned that if I smiled and spoke sweetly, people would view me as something other than street trash.
Hey, you and Sam can relate to that, because I do remember Sam said when he was a kid, he was able to beg because he was cute.
I wouldn't have to go hungry. I wouldn't have to be sold to some bloated factory owner. Edmund Keene was worthless to anyone. Another mouth to feed, another body to clothe. So I knew I had to make him disappear. I thought if I suppressed Edmund and became the character the public wanted, I would be rewarded.
No.
Expectations often become disappointments. I thought...
Now, that's a dark
Yeah,
concept
fairness.
for
I was like
University.
50-50 on it.
Maybe you thought it'd be fair for you to get rewarded for playing a character, but there weren't nobody running a cosmic payroll.
No, perhaps not. But I was a child. Such complexities were beyond my ken. I only knew that when I wore the nappy and quipped to the audience, they thought me worthy.
I wore the nappy.
On the contrary, the Edmund of the Rookeries was beneath contempt. A good, poor child was one who worked, or one who died. Society made that clear.
Well, we gotta move past our child brains, Eddie. Thinking things are gonna be fair might push us down paths we can't escape from.
A line from Macbeth comes to mind. It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. 'Tis so for me, but this illusion, this character of Edmund Keene. Do you know why I sought to become a vampire? Why I dwelt in dark places until the curse of immortality was given to me? I became a vampire because I was afraid that my son Charles would be a more successful actor than I was. I could not let his legacy overtake mine.
Damn. These people with their having issues with their children.
I had to be sure that I was the Keene that would be remembered.
Dang, Eddie. That's a lot.
I'll say.
Yes, I have been monstrous. I needed to be the most beloved. I needed my every demand fulfilled. I had my own pet lion. I rode my horse indoors. I flew into a rage if anyone denied me sexual gratification.
I have questions about literally every statement you just said. But I think we get the
As
point.
an immortal, my fears have been even more terrible. How many promising young actors I have killed because I felt they threatened my legacy. So many lives cut short because I, and I alone, know what acting must be. I believe Mehdi had a similar sentiment about the So many lives cut short. I believe Mehdi had
But you know
Yeah,
that
always
true,
right.
don't you?
Okay.
You can't know everything about acting. Acting is all about the human experience, right? You said it yourself. You're one man with one set of experiences. You can't represent all of human experience on your own.
Of course I knew that. And that is why I had to kill them. They threatened Edmund Keene, and for that, they had to die.
It's like, damn, boy, did you really have to?
I could not face the idea that they would bring something to the stage that I could not. Indeed, the very reason I am wearing these clothes is because I could not bear the idea that Grimaldi brought something to the stage that I could not. Do you see how pathetic I am? I am battling a man who has been dead for almost 200 years. The audience was right. I am a most laughable creature. I know what they are thinking, what they have always thought. Look at the fool actor. Look how he debases himself by begging for our approval.
Yeah, so if we did have mind reading, you would be right, Cosmic. This would be the part where I'd put it, but I didn't pick it.
The thing here to is accept things as they are, compadre.
I cannot accept things as they are, my dear boy. How can I? How can I accept that I have forced everyone around me to confirm my lie of an existence? How can I accept the people I defiled to satisfy my ego? The son I was relieved to see die. The blood I have spilled to sustain my legacy.
Hey, to be fair, one of the statements did turn out to be always right, so... Yeah.
The lie is all I have, and all I know. I have done such evil to protect it. So much is my poverty of spirit, so mighty, and yet with so many defects, in the vapor of my own glory smothered. No, my dear boy, what is done cannot be now amended. The child Edmund is buried, and this grim-visaged, wretched creature is all that remain.
Eddie, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. You've done some truly awful stuff, and fear doesn't excuse the dastardly deeds you done.
Yeah.
The shit you done ain't never going away.
His mic dropped a bit. Yeah, that's why it's like, I have noticed the audio quality for when they talk is inconsistent. Again, I'm pretty sure it's because everyone recorded their lines in their own homes with their own equipment. So that's gonna happen.
Yes, go on, kick me, jeer, laugh at the vicious clown, tell him what a fool he is.
The voice acting itself is great. Everyone's voices are great. It's just the quality is inconsistent. But that's gonna happen.
You ain't gonna play pity tricks on me or yourself. You acted like a lily-livered sumbitch, Eddie.
Heh! Lily-livered son bitch.
I know that, because I've done some awful shit too. Because of my fear, I hurt scores of folks. Some strangers, some near and dear. And because of my fear, I pushed all that stuff down deep where no one could see it, just like you. I was too afraid to face myself. Once I didn't have a choice but to take a good look at myself, my first thought was that I deserved to go meet the sunrise, because I'm a coward too. But there's something else we've got in common in addition to acting like yellow bellies, Eddie. You know what it is?
What is it?
We got time, Eddie. We got time to become new people.
Yeah, you literally have forever.
We got time to look at ourselves honestly and say, yeah, I've been a coward, but I ain't gonna be a coward any longer. So what'll it be, Eddie? You're gonna live forever. Will you do it as a coward or as a man?
I don't know how to be a man.
So you're giving up then?
No, I cannot maintain the facade any longer. I am revealed to myself. But Sam, I never learned to be a person. I stopped being real at 8 years old. Splot! Why did my fellow actors coddle me so? Why did they let me become a monster? They could have said no, but they did not.
You're blaming...
We ain't focusing on the people who gave in to a kid who was too big for his britches. We're focusing on you. You did some real awful things. You killed people for criticizing you or for showing talent. You resented your son's success. These are things you gotta take in.
But how can I put such things behind me?
You don't. You've gotta accept the things you've done as part of who you are. You ain't gonna erase the last 200 some years. But maybe you can use them to make a better Edmund going forward.
Yeah, one that people can laugh at. Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh.
How? How do I introduce myself as a demanding megalomaniac? How do I introduce myself as a man who was relieved to see his own son die? How do I introduce myself as a man who demanded the entire world?
Well, I wouldn't exactly lead with that stuff. How about you introduce yourself as a man who's figuring himself out?
I suppose that is a possibility. At the least, it is not unexpected for me to be so disarrayed. It is known that we actors are all by nature an insecure people. Perhaps I need to find an identity beyond the stage. It protected me in my youth, but I do not think that it serves me any longer.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Thoma. Welcome. Hello.
That might be worth exploring, Eddie.
But what if I am nothing without the stage? What if I seek other endeavors, but there are none for me?
You're
Yeah.
doing some Nosferatu thinking, Eddie. I've been roaming this earth around the same time as you, and what I picked up is there ain't no extremes. It ain't all or nothing. I guarantee you there's more possibilities out there for you between the grave and the state. I mean, how long have you even looked for anything beyond the state?
Not at all, I suppose.
Then let's hold judgment in reserve, huh?
The theater is all I know. It has been my protector all this time. Without it, I am helpless as a swaddling babe.
Eddie,
Yep,
come on,
okay, I
stage
picked the
is
same thing
cleaned
twice
up,
in a
but you
row
ain't helpless
now.
without it. I mean, maybe you're forgetting the whole superhuman strength and immortality thing that comes with being a vampire. And even besides that, you've learned a thing or two from all them Shakespeare plays beyond acting, I'm sure. You ain't a helpless little boy no more. So don't pretend you're powerless to do something new.
Yes. If anything, I certainly have keen powers of self-pity, do I not?
I wasn't gonna say it. However helpless you might feel, Eddie, remember that's just how you feel right now. That's the amazing thing about being undead. We got lots of time to make a better tomorrow. My mentor, Andy, he says that at 200 years old, we're basically toddlers by vampire standards. And we both got a lot of growing up to do.
You little baby, you got your little napper.
If we're doing life right, Eddie, we're always growing up. The trick is not to think we're done growing.
Spoken like the bard himself. As he said, all the world's a stage, and I am barely past mewling and puking in the nurse's arms.
Now you seem to be pretty good at mewing.
I should be of a more mature mind, shouldn't I?
Who
No
says
should.
so, Eddie? A couple of thousand years ago, we would have been considered old men when we died. A baby chick is grown up in a couple of months. There ain't no real timeline we can base our lives on, especially not us. So don't go worrying about where you should be and just get growing.
Yeah, you know, there's still 40-year-old man children out there. Best time to start growing up is today.
Yes, I suppose 'tis so. We are so used to judging ourselves against our peers, aren't we? I was so jealous of Grimaldi that I was willing to do this to myself. But Grimaldi was Grimaldi, and Edmund is Edmund.
There you go.
That's exactly what I'm saying. We got time to grow, Eddie. Let's just be glad you're a 200-year-old baby and not a 2,000-year-old baby, huh? We'd be having a real different conversation then.
Yeah.
But growth to me seems nigh impossible. I have allowed my fear to guide my every sad-gutted action. My fear told me when I was threatened, which was always.
This is what I mean, Eddie. You're always in defensive mode, ready for someone to take you down. That ain't no way to live. When you're afraid of some young actor coming up and making a name for themselves, what's so scary about that anyway?
I'm afraid they will erase me. I will be just another child of the rookeries, used and discarded, of no value to anyone. No history, no legacy, no record of my existence.
But Eddie, there's loads of actors out
A lot of
there, all with
catastrophizing.
different kinds of strengths. There's legends from every era. I'm a Buster Keaton fan myself. That fella was one of a kind, just like you were. When he was doing crazy stunts on trains, he weren't no threat to Hamlet.
He was very talented. I wanted to kill him, but I never liked visiting America.
Sir, please.
Well, I'm glad you didn't. But you see that his success didn't do anything to yours. Not every threat means your doom.
Perhaps my time has passed anyway. There was a time when the stage awaited Edmund Kean, but my death was the end of that time.
Is it really going to be catastrophizing 4 times in a row? No. All right,
We got
personalization.
some real work to do still. Here's the thing, Eddie. The stage wasn't waiting for you. Theater wasn't waiting for Edmund Kean to show up, and it wasn't waiting for you to die. You're used to making things about you, but the glorious, wonderful truth is, they ain't. And I got some real good news for you, hombre. You're dead. The pressure's off. All them fears are keeping you locked in time, and you can stay there as long as you like, or you can make some progress. What's it gonna be?
I am too much of a coward to die, so I suppose I must live.
I'm glad to hear that.
I believe I should go away somewhere cold and dark, where I might be alone with my thoughts.
I think that's a great idea. I did the same thing, and it changed my life. Oh, well, my unlife.
I suppose all's well that ends well. I only hope it does.
I got faith in you. As long as we're putting one foot in front of the other, that's progress.
I shall see you in a month then.
You got it, Eddie. Take care of yourself. We'll get you out of that mewling and puking stage before you know it, okay?
So it shall be. Very well. Exit Edmund Kean. Stage left.
Bravo, Samuel.
Yeah, well, there you
Notes.
go.
It seems the student has become the master.
Only a master of fumbling around. I knew I was taking a risk there.
You were, but perhaps such risks are justified with such an extreme personality. He attempted to gaslight you, but you held fast and challenged him, sternly but fairly. You have a gentle nature. That must have been difficult.
I didn't want to drive him off the edge. I just saw him close to making a breakthrough, and I didn't want him to start sinking again.
Had to call him out for his lily-livered behavior.
Well, you can now count yourself among a very small number of therapists who have made a breakthrough with such a one. I do not count myself among them.
And you let me handle Edmund?
I had faith in you, Samuel. You affirmed it magnificently.
Yeah, no, with Andy's personality, I don't think he could handle it, actually.
Go downstairs and find a friendly neck. You deserve it.
A drink sounds mighty nice right about now. You have a good night, Andy.
Rest in peace, my dear friend.
Dang, I'm a little shaken up after that one. I've never seen a man as afraid as Edmund Kean. That was tough to watch. I'm sure Crimson can lift my mood. Howdy, Crimson.
Yeah, so that was a rough one. Eddie showed up in his clown suit. Turned out everyone just laughed at him, and that triggered something in him. He admits he's been playing a character his whole life. Eddie's done some horrible stuff to protect his own reality bubble. Believes he hasn't really progressed emotionally since he was 8 years old. He's been afraid of being himself ever since he was a kid, probably from living on the streets. Eddie's got a lot of work to do, but like I told him, he's got time to do it. It's gonna be real hard, though.
What's the matter, cowboy? You look a little paler than usual.
Oh, just had a real tough session. Watched a man who'd been wearing a mask for 200 years finally take it off, and it weren't pretty. Had to happen, though. The fella's got a long road ahead of him, but at least he's taking his first step.
Think this'll do the trick then? I call this a bloody cowboy martini. Shaken, not stirred. I'm proud of you, Sam. Starting over is hard, especially when you've been spinning your wheels for a long time.
Well, that's the nice thing about being a vampire. We got time to start over.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, you literally have an eternity.
To rebirth.
It seems you walk ever in the path of the Lord.
Oh, hey, Kieran.
Yay! It's the Kiss band member.
I did not mean to intrude. I noted your discomfort and wish to offer you succor in the kink room.
You mind, Crimson?
Not at all. Go drink your fill, cowboy.
All right, time for the biting.
Come, my son. Now then, I heard you speak of rebirth.
Yeah, it's something we vampires have to do a lot of. I was just worried about one of my clients having trouble with their rebirth.
I know it is painful, my son. When we are born again, we leave a part of ourselves behind.
You gotta shed your shell like a cicada.
Like the lizard who sloughs its dead skin.
Or that.
Or the mortal who journeys into the mosh pit. We emerge purer than before.
At least with the lizard, you could eat your own skin.
Sounds like you've got a lot of perspective on this stuff, Kieran.
I know you must have questions, my son. Please, ask.
From your spiritual perspective, can we ever truly start over?
My son, you know the answer already. We beings of flesh and blood are also beings of judgment. However, we do not stand in judgment of mortals, but of ourselves. If you believe you have defeated your demons, then you have.
You sure about that?
Yeah, that's true. Reminds me a lot of should statements. And defeating demons is pretty badass, ain't it?
Yeah, let's go get some. Let's just go grab some guns and go to hell and shoot up some demons. Why not?
Yes. It is the demons who should fear us, my son. Did you have more questions?
Do we reject ourselves if we're
Ain't
reborn?
being reborn just rejecting who we were? I wasn't a good guy, Kieran, but I don't want to erase my dark days.
My son, only in Christ do we truly receive absolution and become beings of pure light. Our darkness defines us. We cannot reject it, just as we cannot reject the Almighty. It is part of us. But do not be shamed by it, my son. Your darkness is beautiful and unique, as is your journey through the darkness.
Kinda sounds like disqualifying the positive to me.
Actually, it's liner notes from a metal album I'm fond of.
Huh.
Did you have more questions to ask?
Like, this guy's talking all philosophical, and it's like, oh yeah, those are just lyrics to a song I like.
From your spiritual perspective, how do we know when it's time for a rebirth?
An hour, a week, a year, a millennium. The answer, my son, is when we are ready. Only the Lord decides when that is. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away, and all is according to his.
Well, that sounds like a control fallacy, though. We can't let someone else make our decisions for us.
My son, all your trials, the world you live in, they are all his work. He leads you to the truth. When he has prepared you fully, you will accept it and join him along with the dearly departed gods of metal.
Gods of what? When are we gonna get to the part where we get to suck your blood, sir?
Did you have more questions?
No, I'm good.
Why
Can I
ain't
bite
your
you
Lord
now?
the fire and brimstone type that's marked my kind for centuries?
It's like, I'll give you a little taste of Jesus.
The Lord did not do these things. That is the work of man. Even they work through him and face their own dark journey. But eventually, we will all be blessed and return
Yeah,
to
it's like
his bosom
Dio?
to rock for all eternity. It is not for man to judge.
Well, I've got a lady who would love to meet you. I think a few men of the cloth did her dirty.
Men will ever seek power. But I know some simply seek blood. Are you ready to receive succor, my son?
Yeah, but I really wish you'd stop calling it that.
Yeah, let's go, Bog.
That is enlightening.
There. May you be sustained and fulfilled. May you shepherd your lost sheep, as I shepherd the children of the night.
You're a one-of-a-kind dude, Kieran. But thanks for the drink and the talk. You have a fine night.
Godspeed, my son.
Godspeed. May the force be with you.
seeing your ancient client tonight, are you not?
Yeah, that's right. I hope she's doing okay. I'm worried about her and that whole algorithm thing.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
I have been in consultation with some other elder vampires. We have developed a theory, though I hope we are wrong. We believe the algorithm is a demon, known to few, named Raziel. Even I have only ever heard whispers of his name. In mythology, he is a fallen angel, believed to have recorded every action, every change of state for all things on this earth, into a great book. This book of knowledge he shared with the first mortals. But mortals were not designed to process so much information at once.
Yeah, don't give them the forbidden knowledge.
They made judgments and reinforced behavior based on information they could not understand. Raziel watched as the mortals inevitably used the book to suppress free will, and he was cast down for his terrible mistake. We believe that Raziel has returned. Perhaps he believes that with computers, he can attempt to pass infinite knowledge to humanity once more.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, the thing about the internet is you get everything everywhere all of the time. That checks out. Could I interest you in everything all of the time? Anything and everything all of the time.
Terrible things will happen if this comes to pass. I would urge great caution, Samuel. Find out what you can about this algorithm. We may have dark work to do.
What the hell? Fallen angels? Ancient books of knowledge? What the heck have I walked into? We don't have this kind of shit in America.
Not in America.
I am old enough to be mythological myself, Samuel. Myth often contains truth. The important question is how much. We do not know what effect he may have had on Medi, but do not worry. Show her the same compassion you show all your clients, and that will open any doors that can open.
All right, I better prepare for this one. Sounds like it might be a doozy.
Oh, yeah. Well. What should I pick last? Oh, Vizu, welcome. How you doing? We're making a lot of breakthroughs with our clients. Yeah, I'll hydrate. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, just in time for best girl. I think we're gonna have a big breakthrough with her. Blaming should be fine. Again, there's no wrong answers. It really is just a choice of which one do you want to use. Again, that's the fun thing, is that if you decide to get this game for yourself, you can pick whatever dialogue thingies you want to use and get different results.
Howdy, Mitty. It's good to see you.
Good replayability.
Not well, sweetling. Not well at all.
Oh no, what's going on? I know you were feeling all stressed about your numbers on that glitch site.
They doxed me. Do you know what doxing is, my whiskery friend? It's when mortals find out where you live, where you sleep.
They have different endings? I don't know. I think they all wind up having the same ending in the end. But yeah, that's terrible.
A group of vampire hunters came looking for me. They were really mean, but they're all dead now, and much happier. But it was very inconvenient. Now I have to move, and it is very difficult to set up my lighting to make me look alive.
Dang, Mitty, I'm so sorry. That sounds awful.
It's worse. I will not be able to use my computer for a week. How am I going to upload my content? My fans and zealots are all so impatient. They're sure to leave me if I don't provide them with their content.
So
Catastrophe.
How many of these followers and zealots have you got, Mitty?
Yeah, it's like priorities, woman. You almost got killed.
Perhaps 2 million zealots and 90 million followers on Glitch.
Ma'am!
And how many of them do you think you'll actually lose if you don't upload lots of content?
The algorithm has already told me that I will lose millions of followers.
So let's go ahead and listen to the algorithm. If you lose millions of followers, it ain't anywhere near 90 million. It's doing a bit of overgeneralization and catastrophizing to think they're all gonna leave you high and dry. Heck, maybe the folks who stay are the ones what you can really count on.
What you can really count on?
What?
What?
What? What?
What?
What?
What?
What?
Never mind.
I was trying to say that the people who don't mind you not uploading.
Yeah,
so
she's
much
very
might be better folk
successful.
to keep around.
That's why it's like, oh god, someone probably got jealous of her success and doxed her. How tragic. It totally has nothing to do with the fact that she murders people.
It's not up to me, little mice. It's not up to them either. Even the little bloodbags who love me won't get to see me if I don't provide them content.
I don't get it. Why wouldn't they see it? Is the mailman or whatever not delivering your message?
You're very funny. No, the algorithm decides who sees my content. If I give it content, it will make people like me more. If I stop feeding it, it shuns me.
Yeah, the algorithm is a cruel, cruel mistress.
Mitty, I gotta say, that doesn't sound like a healthy relationship.
Oh, no, it's my friend, I should think. As long as I keep producing content for it, it draws the juicy mortals to me.
How many mortals do you need, though, really?
Well, if I'm to feel safe, I should like to have more of them always. I gain more followers and zealots every month. I need them. One of them has agreed to let me eat him, and I'll take over his flat. They're quite useful.
Wowee. Yeah, the algorithm's not your friend. Corporations are not your friend.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you actually like any of these followers or zealots? Or are they all just food or servant?
What a silly question, little mice. Of course I don't like them. I always know what they're like. You forget how old I really am.
You're
I
overgeneralizing.
challenge you on that, miss. I know you got a lot of followers and zealots or whatever they're called, but that don't mean you know all of them. Now, I'm sure you know a lot about mortals on them websites you're using, but that ain't all mortals, and all mortals ain't them.
It's not just them, though. I told you about how they killed me. About how they plucked my eye out. Pop!
I'm saying, can you know that you're always right about mortals?
I wouldn't like to prove that I am.
But these mortals, you're talking to them every day. You got all these folks at your beck and call. They're the people you talk to.
That's right.
But you don't have a real relationship with any of them?
Why would I want to have a relationship with my food? You really are quite a silly whiskers.
Girl be sitting here like, yeah, why would I have make friends with my steaks and ham sandwiches? Yeah, this cucumber's lumpy.
Minnie, I'm saying the only relationships you've got are with what you're calling your food.
These VAs are killing it. Yeah, no, we were saying, like, even if the quality of the recording itself is inconsistent, the quality of the acting itself is excellent.
But that's what they are. They're food. Delicious, delicious food. Food that sometimes does heavy lifting and computer work, but still, food.
You meant it literally. Oh, so you are eating a cucumber.
Matey, it sounds like you're in a bit of a codependent relationship with your food. Maybe with this algorithm fella.
Oh, but it's not a fellow. And it's not a lady either.
So it's non-binary?
No, it claims that it is entirely binary. All ones and zeros. Does speak very strangely sometimes.
What? Ma'am, you can't directly speak to the algorithm. Or can you?
Well, whatever they are. Seems like as soon as they showed up, you stopped having any real friends.
Like, yeah, it's got a lot of hard lumps, almost as if it's trying to grow spikes. Weird. Maybe you're eating a cactus. Yeah, it's literally binary. Yeah!
I wouldn't have time for friends anyway. The algorithm says that I should always provide content to my community, and that takes all night.
No shoulds.
So why do you think the algorithm has that should?
It just knows. It knows everything.
Well, let's say that it does know everything. Why does that mean that we should let it tell us what to do? Can it know everything and still make mistakes?
That I do not know.
Yeah, you ever question that? You buy imperfect cucumbers because they're cheaper. Well, that's what you get. Plus, I'm sure you could just shave off the lumps if you want.
That's what I'm trying to say. But here's the thing, this algorithm, it might have all the information, but that doesn't mean it's got all the answers.
You don't know it like I do. Do you know what I really like about the algorithm, little mice?
Yeah, I'm sure it's edible. It's just preference.
Unlike the ancient gods the old clans used to worship, or the Abrahamic gods that came after, it treats us equally.
Are you sure about that?
If we provide content, we will be rewarded.
Fairness fallacy.
You're saying this thing is fair, but
like,
what is fair?
Oh, I saw that a million miles
you got
away.
90 million followers. You got 2 million zealots willing to kill themselves for you. This thing is tapping itself into the reward center of your brain, but it's giving you a hell of a lot of stress in return. That ain't a fair deal either.
I suppose it does change its mind quite often when it decides it likes a new type of content better. I often do lots of work that it ignores.
Let's talk about these rewards. You say it rewards you with more immortal souls, right?
Highly engaged mortal souls, ready to serve me, should I need.
But you said you had souls already back in the pre-social media days, right? And you didn't need 90 million of them.
That's true, but it does make me feel quite special when the number goes up.
Ma'am, I diagnosed you with number monkey brain. Yeah, social media dopamine junkie. It's like, she's literally thousands of years old, and yet even she has fallen victim to number go up equals good.
Is that number going up good for you, though? Not just the stress of managing all them folks, but drawing the attention of vampire hunters. Would you be doing any of this stuff if the algorithm wasn't demanded?
Did ask me to play a game that I did not like very much the other night, and I pretended to enjoy it. It's called Call of Nationalism. It's all about men who are proud to be angry, which I find very upsetting.
See, that's just what I'm talking about. What about what you want? Did you get to that knitting you wanted to?
No. I had to play the terrible game about insecure man-worms.
Man, what kind of game is that?
I don't know what to do. I know that I spend too much time on the internet, but I can't live the life I used to live. I would live out in the wilds again, but there are no wilds any longer. When I walk the streets, city folks stare because they sense my true nature. The experiences I've had with mortals have not been happy ones. My pink-nosed, scrabbly-clawed, long-tailed friend.
Well, these mouse descriptions are getting kind of long.
Yeah.
You just don't understand what a mouse you are. It's the mortal's fault. I must love.
Don't blame them.
Let's be straight shooters here, miss. At least some of the responsibility for being holed up in that flat with nothing but a computer is yours.
Yeah, she probably means Call of Duty, which would explain the angry men.
I ain't saying that mortals didn't have their part in taking away your home in the wilderness, but they didn't force you to lock yourself away. That's a should you made up.
You can be a very mean little mouse sometimes. Mice are supposed to be kind and sweet.
I ain't trying to be mean, miss. I'm just saying you're leaving out your own contribution to the problem. I'm not saying it's all your fault.
Would you be very fond of mortals who did this to you?
Well, no, I wouldn't. And I didn't say you should. But you gotta admit, you're giving a lot of time and energy to people you don't like. You're resenting them, and I can't blame you.
Of course I resent them. They're all quite...
You're overgeneralizing.
Say that's some Nosferatu thinking. You've been around a lot longer than me. Long enough to know there's almost nothing that's all good or all bad. I know we both spend a lot of time in nature, and nature has a good way of disavowing us of our more extreme beliefs and overgeneralization.
I suppose that's true. I once saw a wolf and a deer having a romantic relationship. Well, at least there was quite a lot of licking involved.
What?
Oh, I didn't see nothing like that, but maybe I would have if I'd stayed in the wilderness longer. Let me ask you a question. If you're thinking all these followers of yours are a certain way, what if you're at?
Did someone put like peanut butter on the wolf and the deer? Like, what do you mean they were liking each other? What if that's an actual psychology degree? A lot of this makes a good sense. To my knowledge, at least when you look up like the website and stuff, they did consult actual psychologists for this game. How much of what they took of what they said they put into the game, I don't know, but I imagine they put some kind of effort into it. So, yeah.
Very frustrating, Silly Whiskers. You keep telling me that I'm doing cognitive distortions, and then you say they're correct.
I'm sure it's one of those things you could Google.
Well, I'm just wondering about these mortals the algorithm sends your way. What does it say about you that makes them check you out in the first place?
Because I did check before I put this game on my wish list. Like, is it actual based on actual psychology, or are they making it up? And it's like, from what I'm seeing, it's like some of the stuff's a lot of the stuff is legit. So that they've done their homework.
Well, I suppose it shows them that I'm pretty, and that I play video games they like. And they might get to see my body part.
Do they know that you're clever and funny? Do they know that you've got more life experience than they could ever reckon?
There's no time to talk about that kind of thing, silly. They scroll past streamers very quick. I have less than a second to make an impression. That's what the algorithm tells me.
Ma'am, have you ever heard of a Zatsu?
So you got all these millions of mortals following you because you're easy on the eyes and like some of the same video games.
Like, do you have any idea how much people actually like Zatsus?
More like easy on the eye.
Okay, I get it. But the point is, if the algorithm is sending mortals your way based on good looks and some video games, you ain't getting people who like you for you. You're getting mortals who want content, not medi. Frankly, it ain't no surprise that you don't have much respect for them.
You're very sweet, little mouse. But the algorithm knows what mortals want, and it's not me. They want my body and my video games. I don't have anything else they want.
Don't let this stupid algorithm reduce you to your looks and the games it tells you to play. It's insulting all that you are as a unique individual.
I understand what you're trying to say, Willy Whiskers McMouseface III, but you don't know the algorithm as I do. It doesn't insult anyone. It just collects all the information about everyone and everything, recognizes patterns, and shows me what those patterns are. What it decides is important is based on the thoughts of every human who has ever been online. It truly knows the will of mortals because it knows all mortals.
That seems like an
What it's doing is
exaggeration.
overgeneralizing, Medi. How the heck can all of humanity be reduced to formulas?
Yeah, the math don't add up.
It can't. So what's it doing? It's shaping humanity by reinforcing what folks are already paying attention to. It's telling you to play Call of Nationalism and rely on sex appeal. It's telling the mortals to only care about them things that are popular already. Don't explore. Don't appreciate things that are weird and unique. If this algorithm gets what it wants, what'll happen? Earth will be the most boring place in the universe. Medi, this algorithm doesn't appreciate you, and it's teaching you not to appreciate yourself.
And that's why I play weird video games instead of Call of Duty. Well, that and I'm bad at first-person shooters anyway.
You're right, little mice. I am forgetting myself. I think I don't want to feel lonely anymore. I want to be liked.
You ain't gonna be happy if you're being liked for being some boring idea of what someone else thinks you should be.
I really have been very silly, haven't I? The algorithm isn't nice at all, I think.
It's not nice at all. It's very mean.
I'm glad you're getting that this algorithm is abusing you. I don't want to see it change what makes you special.
But I won't have anyone. I'll be alone.
Challenge it.
You were alone already, Medi. These relationships you've got online with all these faceless mortals, they ain't real. Those friends you had a few years ago, they sounded real.
I suppose I could send them all an email. Do you think they'll remember me?
There was something about you all that made you join that web ring or whatever it was called. I don't know, but I bet they'd be happy to hear from you.
Yeah, get in touch with your old LiveJournal friends.
I think I will send them a message. They were all very strange, like me.
We're all strange, Medi. We're all individuals. Maybe they were just your kind of strange.
Yeah.
You are very sweet, little mouse. I could give you some of my zealots if you like. They'll do what I tell them to do.
Well, that's okay. I'm happy letting them live their lives freely. They deserve to find out what they actually like, too.
You are very soft and squishy for a vampire. But I will message my old friends.
There you go.
And if you're gonna do this streaming thing, try streaming things you honestly enjoy. Make a new account, be yourself, and see who shows up.
Yeah, maybe it won't get doxxed this time.
I'll keep my only zealots, though. They can be very useful.
We'll take it.
You do what's best for you. And don't let anyone but you make that decision.
You are so very sweet. Are you sure I can't take you home and let you run on a wheel all night?
No.
I'm pretty sure. I'll see you next month then, right? I want to hear all about how you're handling your weird self.
Oh, but you are a very, very naughty mouse with a very dirty mouth.
I didn't mean it like that.
You are very funny. I will see you in a month then. Now, I shall become a mouse too, but with wings.
Yeah, fly!
Excellent work, Samuel. We cannot know for sure, but but I believe Medi understands the source of her discomfort.
You think this Raziel is gonna get upset at losing her?
If I understand correctly, Raziel has no power if he is ignored, but he is unusually tempting to listen to. It sounds as though he has the mortals quite beguiled, and many of our kin as well. But you give me faith that he can be defeated, one individual at a time if need be.
Go touch grass.
Before.
There is a first time for everything, my dear Samuel. After all, haven't you been dancing?
Yeah.
You really gotta bring that up, huh?
Of course.
Mostly for the reaction. Now, my friend, make sure you get something to drink. You shall not have trouble finding willing necks, I am sure. You are becoming quite the celebrity at Immernacht.
Beating fallen angels is thirsty work. I'm ready for a drink.
Slake your thirst then, my friend. Rest in peace.
Yeah, so now I'm wondering, it's like, are we getting to the end of the game or not? I guess we'll find out soon enough.
I think vampires being born now
If
are
not, I'll
growing up
just
with the internet.
finish it
We're gonna
tomorrow
have
if
to
that's the
reckon with
case,
that
but...
someday.
So you essentially have infinite tries? Yeah, no, this game's very forgiving. Like, you can go about it the way you want to. There's really no wrong way to do it. I think we had a breakthrough today. Seems Medi's overgeneralizations and the algorithm's overgeneralizations were a deadly combination. May's assumptions about mortals were being confronted by the algorithm, not reality. She was letting the algorithm determine what value humanity saw in her. She realizes that the algorithm was making her into a boring person. I think Medi gets what the internet's been doing to her. She's going to get in touch with some old friends, and I think that's a great idea.
I hope Maddie's realized that being herself is the best person she can be. Well, speaking of which, I should go check on Crimson. Hey, Crimson, what's on tap tonight?
Take a look around, cowboy. There's plenty to drink.
Well, maybe I'll go looking for a donor. Just figured I'd say howdy to my pal Crimson first.
Aw, they're friends.
Well, howdy, sharpshooter. You look like you're in a good mood tonight.
Yeah, I guess I am. You know that ancient client I told you? I think she's finally realizing that some people are gonna appreciate her for being who she is. Maybe she ain't gonna have 100 million fans, but the people who genuinely like her will be there for her.
How's your blood sugar, honey? I think you're a little too sweet.
You misheard donor? Oh no.
I've been thinking a lot about exactly what you're saying. Folks in DC didn't much like my style, but I'm not sure why I care.
Don't beat yourself up over it. I think we all do the same thing. Easier to do what other folk are doing than blaze a trail, right?
I'm not sure it is easier if we're fighting ourselves the whole time.
That's some real wisdom right there.
Anyway, thanks for making me think. I think I'm done spinning my wheels.
Excuse me. I wish to speak with you, vampire, in the kink room.
I want to know what Crimson's gonna do with her life.
I think my dinner's calling. I'll see you later, Crimson.
Ciao, Tex.
You know, I have seen what you are doing. I see all.
I know.
So you mentioned Panoptabella, and what am I doing?
I see that you change people. You make them stronger, more confident, more comfortable.
I'm pretty sure they're doing all that themselves.
No, that is not what I see. I see that without you, they repeat their actions over and over again. Usually, I can see the future because people repeat themselves. But you make the future uncertain. I do not like what I cannot see.
Well, why do you need to see everything anyway, Panoptabella? Ain't it exhausting?
To see all is to see danger and avoid it. I see that you wish to say something, but are holding back.
Well, I try to do my therapy stuff just in therapy. It ain't right to be analyzed.
If something keeps happening, then it's not seeing the future. That's cheating. Yeah, it's like you're just noticing a pattern.
Then consent is given. To see all is to see danger.
That's a control fallacy.
What that is a control fallacy. It's a kind of cognitive distortion. The future's always got elements we can't count on. You can be prepared to a certain extent, but you ain't ever gonna know everything. You can only see what's in front of you after.
Interesting. Then what do you believe I should do?
Well, just that. See what's in front of you. See how you feel about right now, not yesterday or tomorrow. Right now, you can see.
Yeah, see with your eyes.
I see. Yes, I see that. I would like you to drink from my neck right.
See, that wasn't so hard.
Yeah, let's get to it. Bonk.
I see more clearly, vampire.
Are you supposed to interrupt them in the moment? Yeah, if this lights up, that means I'm supposed to jump in. It won't let me proceed without it.
And I thank you for the blood.
I hope your torpor is most satisfying. I shall see myself out.
Well, canonically, they finish their sentences. Yeah, no, it's like, that's just me being an ass.
Oh, yeah. Good night, Panoptabella.
Like, they'll be like, I should, no should! I do like to jump the gun. Like, they're like, I should, no should, no should. I blame, no blaming!
I think that was a pretty successful night. Coffin time for old Sam.
I thought it was like, don't let him finish. Nah, that's just me being an ass.
Well, if it isn't the gunslinging guru of mental health himself. Good evening, Samuel.
Holy hell, my head is spinning. This month I've been threatened by monsters, drunk priest blood right from the source, faced an ancient demon, and helped my clients through some tough breakthroughs. It's got me pondering about what's next for me. I came here to learn, and now I feel pretty confident about being able to help my kin. Then again, that could be a control fallacy. Andy's told me so many times that I won't be able to help everyone. So maybe I should just help people that come here wanting to be helped. Guess I should talk to Andy about all this.
It seems you have made quite a reputation for yourself in a very short time.
It's hard to believe I've only been here in Germany for 6 months. In that short time, I think I've grown more than I have in the last 200-some.
You are quite correct, Samuel. It is true.
Exactly, you can't help people who don't want to be helped. Like, that's some old wisdom there.
Of course, our mental health journeys never quite end, do they? I am sure you still have much to talk about, but let us first take a moment to breathe and meditate.
That sounds like a good idea.
Very good. Now close your eyes.
Yeah, I don't want to do the
How do you
meditation
feel,
game.
Samuel?
I don't like it.
Yeah, not bad. My thoughts are all over the place, but that ain't unusual.
I'm glad you have that perspective, my friend. What came up for you tonight?
I've still got my head wrapped up in my past wrongs. I feel like kind of a yellow belly for running away from them to come here. But dang it, there's me labeling myself.
Why are you calling yourself a yellow belly then?
It's a pattern of mine, that's all. I gave you my history, and it's a history of my running away. I ran from my home, I ran from all the trouble I caused, I ran from my wife and into the hands of a vampire gang, then I ran from them and hid out in the woods.
Run, Sam, run!
When my gang tracked me down, I ran off to Europe. Whenever the going gets tough, Sam Walls gets going.
Samuel, this is quite the oversimplification. I remember a man who came into my office and told me about how he should have made better decisions as a traumatized child. In each of these cases you speak of, you made difficult choices following terrible events. Have some compassion for yourself, my friend.
Yeah, well, I haven't even given you the full story yet. There's another thing I've been running from. I got kin, Andy. Distant kin, but kin all the same. See, my wife was pregnant when she up and left me. Didn't even tell me. My line ain't never been strong, thank goodness. But I've got a great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter. Give or take one of them greats.
That's a lot of greats. Yeah, he mentioned the greats before.
I looked her up, and she ain't living well, Andy. I want to be there for her the way I wasn't for my wife and child. But all I am's the undead man who got her great-great-great-great-great-uncle killed. If I were her, I wouldn't give me the time of night, which I guess is mind reading, but it seems like common sense to me. Yeah, I've tried to make amends, but as far as kin is concerned, well, I ain't done shit. Hell, I can always be confident that I'll do.
I really like the thing about not labeling oneself. That's how you try to live. No labels that aren't objective, dismineral fact. Yeah, no, because the truth of the matter is a lot of people take labels too seriously rather than using it as like a convenient tool. They use it to define who they are and revolve their personality around it. So, nah, it's good to not. It's like a label is a tool, not who you are.
I guess that's like being always right about being always wrong.
I see you are becoming quite perceptive of your own distortions, Samuel.
Yeah, they're only worth what we attach to them. Exactly. You just like labels as a concept. Understandable, nah. Labels are very tricky. It's like, they do exist for a reason, of course. And people do like them for reasons. But there's also reasons to not like them. So, you know, to each their own.
But let me do some reflecting for you. And you can tell me how you perceive what I am saying. You consider yourself a yellow belly.
Yeah, labeling.
I guess I'm still doing a little labeling.
A little. I believe you understand that calling ourselves names does nothing to improve ourselves.
All right. Maybe calling myself a coward ain't too good for me.
Now then, you said you believe that your distant relative will not want to...
Mind reading.
Like I'm doing a little
It's
mind
like,
reading there.
you're quizzing me on what I literally just heard.
She's gonna think of me.
Naturally. We vampires have a reputation as monsters, but that is not a universal reputation. In fact, I believe we are rising in public opinion.
Yeah, but if they don't see us as monsters, they see us as sex objects.
See Twilight.
We are as capable of knowing the mind of society as we are of knowing the mind of an individual.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't giving my relative the chance to have her own thoughts. I should know better.
Why am I yelling? Ah.
Yeah, I know that. There's another should statement.
Samuel, remember what I have told you. Cognitive distortions are a normal side effect of being human.
Yeah, I think this might be the final boss. Ourselves.
Cognitive distortion classifications are tools, not weapons to beat yourself with. Give yourself the same compassion you give to your clients. Now then, let us continue. You also believe that the positive changes you have made in your life are irrelevant.
Disqualifying.
Find the positive by pretending the change I've made don't mean anything.
It is your favorite cognitive distortion, Samuel. Your humility is most endearing, but it does often enter the realm of cognitive distortion.
Yeah, it's like, took the words right out of my mouth. Good to be humble, but don't beat yourself up.
Friend, and that is in truth.
Yeah, I know. When you're right, and you're always right.
You believe I am always right?
Yeah. Had to be the programmer who had to organize all these conversation trees. Yeah, right? Well, as I pointed out earlier, when you're having the one-on-one with him and the client, he'll sometimes glow red, even though there's nothing to pick. So I think they have an if-else situation set up where if you have the thing that relates to the thing that they're saying, it'll pause and make you choose that thing. But if you didn't pick it, you just continue as an else.
I like to have good vibes, my friend, but vibes alone do not make the man.
That's why I say this game's got a lot of replayability, because you could pick the different things and see what they say.
Most of my existence, I thought I was always right. But that was when I was the most wrong. Don't believe the vibes, dear Samuel.
I'll try, but you don't make it easy. I can see where I'm making the same assumptions about McKinn, though. I gotta give her a chance before I assume she's gonna hate me.
You're trying to visualize the flow and it's making your head spin. Yeah, no, it probably required a lot of programming, since there's like a lot of different terms that they put in here. There's got to be like, I think they give us like what, like 20 terms to learn or something, somewhere close to that. Domo Deli Kiwi, welcome, how you doing? So to program all of those, that had to take a lot of effort.
I just know that if I end up going back to the States, things are gonna get complicated. Most of us vampires out west are on the younger side. We're still in that angry, insecure stage, and I know there's a whole gang of them hollering for my blood.
Which is why I think it is just an if-else situation. Like, if the player chose to have labeling in their inventory for this client, have it so that they have to pick it, else keep going.
Are you afraid of them, Samuel?
You know what? I ain't.
But that's just a guess.
I just know at some point
I could be totally wrong.
My gang is real powerful now, especially their leader. Did I ever tell you about my vampire daddy?
I assumed you would tell me when you were ready.
Called himself Ernie Awigdunkle. A real piece of work.
What kind of name is that?
Had more blood on his hands than any vampire I ever met.
Awigdunkle.
I know this name.
You know Ernie?
He is a part of my darker history, and a part of humanity's darker history. He is your dark father?
Well, yeah. Is that bad?
He does not determine who you are, Samuel. But the man is still dangerous. His real name is Heinrich Kramer, and he is no mere murderer. He has a deep hatred for all humanity, especially women. I am discouraged to hear he still lives.
Oof. Ernie Erdwinkle Esquire. What'd he do?
Well, what this Kramer fella do?
He wrote a book
Domo Road Dog, welcome, how you doing?
Called the Malleus Maleficarum, also known as the Hammer of Witches. It was with this justification that the church was enabled to persecute, torture, and kill women. Its effects linger in society even today. The Pope during Isabella d'Este's time, Alexander VI, named him Inquisitor of Bohemia and Moravia. What he did with his power is better left unspoken.
Well, shit.
What's his problem?
What was this guy's problem with women?
They refused to enter sexual congress with him. They did not like him. He practiced poor hygiene, acted entitled, and was extremely
How goes the therapy?
insecure.
Good. We pretty much, we mostly fixed our clients, so our final boss is ourselves.
He defended his own repellent nature with great ardor, blaming women for their predictable dislike of him. He committed himself to a life of celibacy as a Dominican friar, cementing both his virginity and his hatred.
Dude's a virgin?
Wait a minute, he sounds like one of them incel types from the internet I read about.
Yeah, it's like, what?
I am afraid I am unfamiliar with the term, but he did make his lack of sexual appeal his identity.
Like, I'm imagining him in my head right now, and I don't like it. I'm literally imagining him as that, like, ugly bastard meme.
Dang, well, now some things are starting to make sense.
How you know?
How do you know this Kramer guy, Andy?
Samuel, know that I too have given myself to hatred. Mortals with a great capacity for evil drew my attention. I amused myself by indulging them. I do not absolve myself of my actions, but it is difficult to speak of them. The Andromachos of that time was a most pitiable vampire.
Oh, I'm sorry, Andy. I didn't mean to dig at old wounds.
Do not be sorry, my dear Samuel. We must not erase our pasts. Pain can be a somber teacher.
Yeah, it's like, what'd you guys do?
I must ask, what became of Heinrich?
Well, he runs Sanguinius Health, the health insurance company I told you about the last time. It's vampires from the boardroom all the way down, stealing blood, money, and hope from American mortals.
Of course, the incel ugly bastard vampire is the guy in charge of the evil health insurance company. Of course. Why am I not surprised?
Running health insurance gives them all the money they need for even more dirty deeds.
How terrible. Oh, Heinrich, what depths will you not sink to? He disappeared from Europe 200 years ago. I had hoped he was gone forever.
Nope.
Do you think he can change, Andy?
No.
Oh, Samuel. Yes, of course he can change. Like you and me, however, he must desire this change within himself.
And he won't.
But hatred is not something Heinrich Kramer holds. It is his very identity. He will be reluctant to give it up. Are you suggesting that you aim to help him?
Please don't.
Do you think I shouldn't?
It isn't my choice, my friend. You will do what you are going to do.
Like, Sam, please don't.
I guess I don't
Please.
know what I want to do. But I know Ernie, or Heinrich, and I'm starting to get a handle on this therapy thing. If I can help him, shouldn't I be helping him?
Let me reflect for you. You are aware that you have knowledge of Heinrich others do not have. And
Should statement.
That's a should statement, huh? Just because I know him and know something about therapy doesn't mean it's my destiny to try to help Heinrich Kramer.
Of course, Samuel. Your own life is your own. You make your own decisions.
Yeah, you're right. There ain't no should.
Mm-mm.
I am glad to hear you recognize this, Samuel. Heinrich Kramer is not your should.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Well, thanks for talking this through with me, Andy.
Or rather,
It's been real
don't.
helpful
Do
for
not
sorting
have
out
sex
my
with
thoughts.
him.
Of course, my dear. You did all the work. I am merely here to help you reflect. You have become quite adept at recognizing your own cognitive distortion. All there is to decide now is the path you choose from here. What drives you forward, my friend?
I have to apply what I've learned?
A hell of
Oh
a lot
no.
Here, Andy. More than I could have ever imagined. This European world just ain't mine, I reckon.
Yeah, if he isn't willing to seek help and change, he's not our responsibility.
Ancient demons, power-hungry popes, kings, and duchesses. This stuff ain't exactly in my comfort zone. Besides, vampires back home have got their own issues, and now I've got the tools to help them.
I had a suspicion you were working up to this decision, though I hoped it would not be so.
Same.
I really like it here, Andy. And you've been incredible. But if my heart still beat, it'd be beating for home.
So Heinrich is the. Oh no. No. Drain. That's a whole different thing. Where are you in my diary? Alliance. No, that's Dr. Drain. And his split personality is Lord Ludrius. So no.
I don't want to let my clients down, but I
This
think
is a whole
I'll
different
do this
person.
Anyway. Maybe I can get him to do sessions over video calls or something.
I think you may be the only person who could get...
Yeah, no, I
you
don't
to
blame you for
demonstrate
being
to your
confused, but
computer
no,
video
this is an
call.
entirely different person.
And we can continue my sessions from the internet?
Of course, Samuel. Natural.
Well, I guess that's that then. I ain't gonna run out too quickly, though. I gotta arrange for a new cruise back home, and I want to tell my clients in person. That'll take some time.
That would be most considerate. Your clients have grown quite fond of you. Well, Samuel, I must say I am proud of you. It has been inspiring to see your command of cognitive distortions. I have no doubt that you will make your home a better place.
Coming from you, that's real flattering. Like I said when I first came here, I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
I want to be a cowboy.
You will always seek those answers, my friend. And that is what will ensure you continue to grow.
Oh, Domo Embermori, welcome. How are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Yeah, Domo, welcome. I'm Blade Daloon, Kitsune Hunter / Animal Tamer. I think we're wrapping up Vampire Therapist. I'm not sure. But yeah, hope you had a good time with Infinity Nikki. It's like, I've been playing that game too, so I hope you have a good time with that. But yeah, if you gotta eat or sleep or whatever, go on ahead. Yeah, Domo Natra, welcome, yeah. Otherwise, kick back, relax, and enjoy some sexy vampires.
But enough embarrassing Samuel. I believe you should go down and get yourself a drink.
That sounds great, Andy.
Yeah, Domo Awesome Slide, welcome. Yes, hello everybody, welcome.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
Well, that's it then. I'm going home. Once I let
Did
my
you get all the
clients know,
therapy you
I'll
wanted
head
from
back
this
to the
game?
USA.
I guess.
Time to get crazy in the news.
It's like, who are these gentlemen? Well, we're playing as Sam, a rough and tough rootin' tootin' cowboy. Domo Squid Java, welcome, how you doing? Yeah, therapy, that's gonna cost an arm and a leg. Don't worry, we're in Germany.
Crimson, my favorite barkeep. How's the saloon tonight?
Yeah, thank you for the follow. Domo, welcome. And like I said, if you gotta eat or whatever, go ahead. But otherwise, thanks again for the raid. Yeah, boy of cows. Yeah. This game's on Steam if you're interested. It's been a great game. I've been really enjoying it.
You sound a little distracted, cowboy. Got something to tell me?
Am I that obvious?
You are.
Like,
You're
imagine
pretty
going to
adorable,
therapy
Sam.
and this is your therapist. That's basically the game.
I like to say approachably rugged.
Sure. Let's go with that. What's the news, cowboy?
Yeah, not a bad day.
Well, I've been here for a few months now. I came here to get trained up by Andy, and now that I have been, I think it's time for me to go home.
Yeah, he's been setting people straight. We had a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation going on. We had a Renaissance woman who was like a complete perfectionist. We had a Shakespearean dude being overdramatic, and then we had a Twitch streamer who also had a OnlyFans, and that was a lot.
Well, good for you, Sam. I think you're right. I don't think this place is for you.
I mean, I ain't gonna learn German, that's for sure. Moving on just seemed like the right choice. I got some unfinished business back home anyway.
Yeah, you gotta pay those bills
Bothered about
somehow.
leaving, though. I figured I might earn at least a frown.
Well, it just so happens that I've got some news for you. Can you guess what it is?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, go for it, Abizu. You're getting married?
You and Andy are getting married, ain't you? Congratulations, Chris.
A vampire wedding? You serious? Who would even show up on this side? Charlemagne?
Wait a minute. I figured it out. Look at her eyes. She turned, didn't she? She decided to become a vampire.
Well, I don't know. I was just guessing.
It's not that. Take a look at me. Notice anything different?
Yep.
Well, no.
I saw.
How about now?
There it is! She got the fangs! Yeah, exactly. Who wouldn't? Yep, she decided to become a vampire. Yeah, I know she was like very conflicted about it. Thank you for the follow, Domo, welcome. Yeah, I know she was very conflicted about it, so, well, she found her answer. She's like, yeah, I want to be a vampire.
Crimson, you're a vampire.
Newly undead and ready to bite some necks.
Hog.
What led to that decision?
I thought about what you said. About how vampires have got time to start over and time to do things their way. I'm going back to America too. Gonna join a different kind of bar again.
Wow.
The law moves slowly, but I've got time.
Dang, Crimson. A vampire lawyer. Look how world.
Yeah, we're gonna have a boy, vampire lawyer. That'll be the sequel.
Kinda sounds like a neat video game. Vampire lawyer.
Yeah, make that the sequel. Do it. Do it. I want it.
No, it doesn't. But I think I can make a difference.
How'd Andy take the news?
He knew it was coming, like he always does. I love him to death, literally. And I'll come back someday. I just need to go my own way for a while.
Dang. Well, this is some big news. When do you think you're leaving?
Like, just make it like Ace Attorney. It'll be great.
I'll go with you. I'll need someone to show me the ways of the night anyway.
Shucks, well that sounds mighty fine, Crimson. Might need your help going up against the big corporation my old gang is running.
Actually, yeah. If he's gonna go up against health insurance, he's gonna need all the help from the law that he can possibly get. Yeah, he wants some Ace Attorney style vampire lawyer shenanigans. Yeah, you see what I'm putting down?
You got a deal, cowboy.
I want it.
Don't look now, but dinner's just arrived.
Ah!
Look, Crimson. She is now ein Vampir.
You are one of the night children now?
Looks that way. And we're in the mood for a little celebrating. Sam and I are headed to America.
Yeah, we're going to America.
Why would you want to do that?
They do have better network infrastructure.
Oh, I suppose that is true. Oh, but we will miss getting our necks beaten by you.
If you join us in the kink room, we will have a foursome.
Mm-hmm. Why am I not surprised they offered that?
Come on, cowboy. We won't be in Germany forever.
Alone at last. My veins throb.
Who gets to bite me?
I'll let you get first pick, Sam.
All right, who should I pick? Do we go with goth girl or goth dude? You guys pick. You guys want goth girl? Of course you guys want goth girl.
Maxie, get on over here and give me that neck of yours.
Oh, du machst mich sehr glücklich.
It's like majority rule.
You really like meine Arterien, nicht wahr?
Oh, shoot, I wasn't aiming for them.
She's hard to bite because she's got that collar in the way.
Ah, that's the good stuff.
Oh, I am feeling woozy in the most wunderbar Weg.
Glad I could be of service.
The new vampire is not so bad herself.
I know my way around a neck.
Of course she would.
I guess I should turn in now. Gotta prepare to give my clients the big news.
You're not getting away so easily, cowboy.
The night is only getting started.
Live a little, Tex. We'll be back in the land of Puritan pride before you know it.
Ah, what the hell? You only die once.
Yeah, you guys have your German wiener strudel.
Good evening, Samuel. I believe you are seeing Dr. Drain tonight. Or is it Lord Lourdes?
I don't know if this is going to count as a full session. I think we're like just straight up in the epilogue now, so let me
I
see.
sure as heck hope I'm only seeing one client. I don't know how the doc's gonna take the news that I'm leaving, but I'm sure Lord Lourdes would love to see the back.
Because I do see we got to tell everyone, hey, we're leaving. So we're definitely in like the epilogue. I need to see what they're gonna throw at us.
He's a real sumbitch, but you can't say he's picky. I should get my distortions picked.
Oh, I gotta pick distortions. Oh, so I am having like a. Okay, I see. I do have to have like one more round with everyone. Okay, well. If I'm having one more round with everyone, then it's probably gonna be like one more whole ass session, which means I'm gonna have to finish this tomorrow. I thought I was gonna finish. Yeah. Gotta leave it for next time. I kinda have to. I mean, it's getting late. So let me just pick out, yeah, maybe disqualifying the positive. Fairness. Blaming. Those seem good.
All right, got my chambers loaded up.
Yeah, so I'll leave it here. Because if they're loading me up, that means that it's going to be like a whole session. So yeah, I'll finish this tomorrow. Well, thank you all so much for coming. We'll continue the raid train. Thanks again for all the raids. Wow, I think I haven't had this many raids in quite a while. So thank you all for the raids and follows and all that good stuff, whether you were here the whole time or you hopped in the last like 10 minutes. Appreciate it. Yeah, so who should I raid? I don't know, there's a lot of choices. Yeah, thanks, you're all based too. You're all Pog. You're all my little Pog champs are whatever is cool and hip with the kids these days. Yeah, I guess we'll go with this one. I don't think I've rated this person in a while. Just make sure I'm spelling it right. But yeah, we're gonna just complete Fish tomorrow. There's also DLC and stuff for this game, so if I finish early tomorrow, we'll just play with the DLC. Good night, everyone. Rest well, eat your vegetables, and don't disqualify your positives. And do good stuff. PogChamp's a boomer meme? Well, I guess I'm a boomer then. Good night!